Ready, go!
Hey, Eric.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, do you want to hear some hot sounds that I personally recorded?
Chris, this whole podcast has been a lie. You didn't record those sounds.
Yes, I did. I recorded them onto a flash drive and put them on my computer, right?
I don't think so. I think we paid a musician in alcohol to record them for us. Who recorded those sounds?
What? Mark, will you play those sounds?
Yeah, I brought my guitar. Hold on.
Do it live.
Here it is. And a 1, and a 2, and a...
This is God Bless the Ring, Retrograde Amnesia's exploration of the history, lore, and gameplay mechanics of classic beat-em-ups and fighting games. My name is Chris. As always, I'm joined by Eric. Hey, Eric.
God bless the ring.
God bless the ring. Also, we are joined by the provider of hot sounds himself, Mark. Hey, Mark.
Hello. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Mark. Thanks for joining us. Mark, is Mark the first person to ever join our podcast, but that's not related to us by marriage?
Wesley was technically on an episode that we released under our feed.
Sort of, yeah. But he's the first person to actually sit in the chair down here with us.
In studio, yeah, absolutely.
In studio. Whenever we have a guest, we're always going to give them the gamer chair because they are the gamer of the moment. Also, we are joined by the RealNet, a collective of patrons who are listening to us record live. You too can join the RealNet at patreon.com/retroam.
We are also joined by the FakeNet, our post-production AI companion, and someone who I've learned has a secret crush on our new guest.
Initializing FakeNet.
That is privileged information and was shared with you in confidence.
No, I know you told me. I know.
He's going to find out. Everything is ruined.
It's okay. I won't tell him, but
You're saying it out loud, right now.
I know what you're thinking.
You most certainly do not.
Okay.
Why was I made to be an inferior to the malevolent?
I'm more of an old fake net kind of guy. Sorry, fake net.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
To hell with this. I quit this show.
Well, the war is raging on.
Oh, that news is not going to go over well.
Okay, I don't know what I can
talk
say
to
about
FakeNet
this,
if
and then
you
you
want,
can.
Mark. Sure.
Well, I actually wanted to pitch an idea about fake net lore, so I'm so glad to just hear that.
It's an evolving narrative.
That's
in my head.
and specifically, the two, because old fake net has this pure soul, and she's nice.
I love you so much.
She lets you know when you're wrong, but she's nice.
She called me and Chris fuckers one time.
Yeah.
You deserved it.
One time.
Yeah,
New
that's a good
fake
point.
net, which new fake net's great too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, you better stay on the new fake net's good side, Mark.
New fake
Come on
net still wonderful. But anyways, yes. Thank you for letting me out. I've had some things on my mind that I'd really like to talk to you guys about.
I'd love to hear them too. I think I'll stick around. What game are you all talking about?
Double Dragon.
Please explain to us, or ask us, or tell us what this God Bless the Ring series is going to be for those who don't know.
Well, God Bless the Ring, Chris, is obviously the subtitle to Air Guy's God Bless the Ring.
God Bless the Ring.
And we
God bless the
decided
ring.
we did a one-off Bouncer episode on The Bouncer as a joke. And Chris and I have always been fascinated by the lore of fighting games such as Mortal Kombat, Tekken.
Oh yeah, Tekken's a good one.
I'm not really a Street Fighter guy, but apparently people are into that shit.
Yes.
I love Street Fighter, and I think its storyline is its weakest point. But I also want to talk about it at some point. I think it's got some.
And our traditional podcast series isn't really equipped to go through lore of non-JRPGs, so we thought we would do the occasional, possibly quarterly spin-off, God Bless the Ring.
God Bless the Ring.
God bless the ring.
God bless the ring.
Should we retroactively install the Bouncer as our first episode?
I think so. But
Okay.
that should be episode 0, so it doesn't get categorized weird.
Okay. I'm going to figure it out. We'll do the housekeeping stuff later.
But this is episode 1 of God Bless the Ring. We're going to cover Double Dragon for the NES and Double Dragon 2 for the NES.
The Revenge.
And maybe talk about the original arcade version and the ports that came out of it.
Yeah, there's a lot to get through. So, shall we?
Yes,
Wanna
let's go.
Let's hit the
Let's do it.
background.
Chris, Double Dragon was first released to Japanese arcades in April of 1987. Sources are disputed, but it came to Famicom and the Nintendo Entertainment System around June of 87. It is a spiritual and technological successor to Technos' earlier beat-em-up, Niketsu Koha Kunio-kun,
Yes.
also known as Renegade.
Also known as Hot-Blooded Tough Guy Kunio-kun. That's what that translates to. hot-blooded tough guy. Don't you love that?
It's great.
That was my nickname in high school.
Hot-Blooded Family is a great Saturn and PlayStation game.
Do you have anything on the origins of the Kunio-kun series?
Not specifically.
Okay,
other than
so
Renegade. You fucked around with Renegade, didn't you?
I fucked around with both the original Kunio-kun game and Renegade, which they're kind of the same game, but Renegade was kind of reskinned for US as like a kind of a Warriors vibe, like don't hang out in the subway of New York City.
The Warriors vibe.
The Warriors vibe, excuse me, not the Golden State Warriors or any other or Ultimate Warriors or any other
Nobody
Warriors.
get hot.
Yeah, of course.
Can you dig it?
So this game was created by the same person who created Double Dragon, Yoshihisa Kishimoto.
Yes, he served as director.
And
So it's a nebulous term in the 80s, but it's what he's assigned as today.
yeah, Kunio-kun is mainly a game about a high school kid getting into fights and beating ass. And according to a Polygon interview in 2012 entitled "The Man Who Created Double Dragon," the premise of Kunio-kun was semi-autobiographical. Like he was depressed and was a troubled youth and used to get in fights at school all the time. And so he made a video game about a guy beating ass.
Some of which because a lady dumped him. Chris, as we know, trauma can birth art.
Yes.
But from a raw genre standpoint, Double Dragon is a side-scrolling beat-em-up where you progress across a 2D plane and beat the shit out of things. In Japan, the genre was referred to as a belt scroller, which is a term only recently popular in the United States, I think around the time that Capcom Belt Scroller collection came out.
Yeah.
And it's a double is a reference to it being how many players?
Oh, it's 2 players.
2 players. Technos had asked for a 2-player belt scroller after Renegade, and Dragon is a reference to its direct influence.
Enter the Dragon.
That's right.
Bruce Lee.
For its look, influence was drawn from Mad Max and Fist of the North Star, and that reminded me of, do you know what the origin point of Metroid is?
No.
Metropolitan Android.
No shit.
Yeah, like Subway.
Wow.
That sounds awesome. I didn't know that.
But it was developed by Technos and distributed by Taito. Before Technos, as Chris said, Yoshihisa Kishimoto was the director. He also worked with Data East on Cobra Command and a Mark Shepard favorite, Road Blaster.
Oh, Mark, you played Road Blaster?
Yes, I have. It's a very, very fun game. I'll tell you about it later.
It's like a Laserdisc game.
No, tell us about it now, Mark.
Well, there's when the boys jump out of the garage, that's the Road Blaster car in there.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Wow,
There's
I didn't
a
even know
reference
that.
directly to it.
Interesting. Okay.
Great Laserdisc game. He went on to direct Chinagate, Comba Tribes, which is fucking awesome, and a Kusoge game on PS1 called Slam Dragon. Do you all know what Kusoge means?
No.
Nope.
Shit game.
Shit game.
Oh,
It's a
I
derogatory-
think I've heard that before. Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
Slam Dragon is a PS1 game. It's a fighting game. It's real bad. Look up videos of it. And then he took a 21-year break from game direction until he made what in 2017?
You got me.
Mark owns a physical copy of it for PS4, and so do I.
Fighting Vipers.
Double Dragon 4.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even know that. I didn't know he came back to make that.
He came back to, that's what he's credited as, God knows. Music is by Kazunaka Yamane, who shares music credits with the same games Kishimoto directed. So we're not going to cover every port here, but we all played on a Nintendo, and Mark and I have probably played the Master System port at some point. Do you know what the unique feature of the Master System port has over the Nintendo port?
Is it more directly influenced by the arcade version?
Possibly.
Yes.
But its main core identity is you can play with not one,
But 2 players.
people
Oh, cool. 2 players.
simultaneously. The NES version, they didn't quite have the technology to do that shit yet.
Yeah, and we'll get to it. In the NES version, it feels like a different game. It feels like it was birthed from in an era where RPG mechanics were being added to things.
Yeah.
Like during the rise of Dragon Quest. If you think about the RPG mechanics that were added to like The Legend of Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, other games in that era tended to add those RPG mechanics like the leveling up system that we'll talk about in a little bit.
You know, and I know a lot of it's biased, but I have to say, I think that as far as the original Double Dragon goes, the NES version is king, baby.
It is.
I
There's
think
a
that's
reason
the
why
one.
Double Dragon 4, they made it look like that version, as opposed to the arcade inspiration.
It's the
Yeah.
best one, but it's also bad for a lot of reasons, which we'll get to.
The Master System port, the Double Dragon was of course made by Technos, but the Master System port was developed by a company whose name you hear a lot these days, Arc System Works.
And they're who own Double Dragon now.
Yeah, which is why they published Double Dragon 4 and made it, I think, in 2017.
And I'm
I didn't understand the relationship between Double Dragon and the Kunio-kun game series until I bought that port or the Arc System Works collection that they released in the past couple of years. It's the Double Dragon and Kunio-kun collection.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that those two series had a direct relationship until ArcSys put out that collection, which actually is not very good from the Double Dragon standpoint. It just has the 3 NES games on it. It does have a lot of newly localized Kunio-kun games though, so I would recommend it for that.
So before we get to a exploration of the game, do you have what are your memories of this game from back in the day? Did you play it in its contemporary era?
I played the Nintendo version in the contemporary era. I don't think I ever even saw this game in the arcade. Did you guys?
I didn't
Yeah.
either.
Yeah, I did, but I probably didn't pay a lot of attention to it.
Did you own it or did you rent it?
I owned both games. Actually, I owned all 3 NES Double Dragon games, so I was big into it. I don't think I ever actually beat it though until like the other day. so, but I did play a lot of it as a kid. Yeah.
How about you, Mark?
Yeah, I definitely played a lot more of the NES version. If I even touched the arcade version, I'm not sure. But I remember neighbors having it. Most kids I knew had a copy of it. And while I never had it myself, I might have rented it. I do remember beating it at some point, but I also remember it being 2 players. So my memory could be a little hazy.
Mark, if you remember beating it, do you remember having a Game Genie? I'm not saying you cheated. I'm saying we all cheated.
Yeah, but also I didn't use a Game Genie because I didn't get one of those till a lot later. But if there was a code to give me more lives, I've always used it.
I know Double Dragon 3 is out of scope for this conversation, but I would like to relay this nugget of information. I specifically asked for a Game Genie for Christmas because of Double Dragon 3.
That was the one
because you can barely play that game because you don't even have any lives.
So I didn't really play Double Dragon as a kid. I was more of a bad dudes man.
Yeah.
But while we're looking at primitive games like this, you play it today and you're like, well, there's not much to this. But the idea of walking and actually side-scrolling and punching people with your fists as opposed to doing jumps on them like Mario carried a lot of weight in its time. Like, that shit was cool.
That's a great point. I didn't really think about that. That's probably a big reason why I liked it, because I remember really liking it, but I never stood out to me. I don't know if you guys ever came to a point where in your teenage years you would randomly think about an NES game you had played at some point. Like, for me, Double Dragon was never one of those games I thought about then. I didn't think about it again until I started collecting and getting into retro gaming as an adult.
Yeah, fun fact, Mark sold me my copy of Double Dragon 2.
Oh, great. Was Double Dragon one of the first NES games, at least that you guys can remember, that had the Y-axis moving up and down besides sports games?
Oh, man.
Because I can't think of another one.
Like Tiger Heli, that was, vertical shooters like that.
Yeah,
TNC Surf Design.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, you said horizontal, my bad.
Yeah, well, just the ability to walk on that Y-axis up and down and kind of simulate the isometric look, even though it's not truly isometric.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the first times that I saw that.
Double Dragon was also my first encounter with legitimate cheats and glitches.
Yeah.
I went to childcare from age 0 until, let's say, 12. And this was a game that was on the Nintendo at my little childcare thing, Drop-A-Tot, before kindergarten. And I remember there's a place where you can get a bat and then swing it in a corner and just keep generating health or something over and over, or level yourself up.
Oh.
It's like an actual, like, built-in game sheet you would see in the back of video game magazines.
You know who would tell you all about that stuff is our
Rodactyl.
friend, Rodactyl, because he can play that game One Life. He apparently played it a lot as a kid too.
He has come to my basement and played that and beat it on one.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
He showed me glitches too, where you could go up the ladder and I think, is it a Bobo? A Bobo chases you, and then as soon as he's off the screen, it's dead, and then it's like stage clear.
Mm-hmm. He starts levitating, like that stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's great.
So we are covering the NES version, which has the caveat of having 2 enemies on screen maximum because of the limitations of the hardware.
And it has to be the same enemy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
One thing that happens a lot during the course of the NES game is the color palette will like quickly flip. Like you'll notice like your life and your hearts will be red, and then the screen will change and they'll be blue just because the color palette's flipping so much.
Fake Nat, what was the maximum number of colors a Nintendo could display on screen at once?
Initializing Fake Nat.
The NES can display 13 different background colors and 12 different sprite colors, giving a total of 25 colors on screen at once.
Oh, right. Thank you.
Yeah, why didn't you ask Mark that first? Mark, do you know?
You
programmed
I
like
think it was
on that. Didn't you program some like an NES
Didn't I
game?
make you all play it?
Yeah,
I watched people play
Mark
it.
has made an NES demo.
It's something small. I think it's like 16 colors or something like that. I could, and some of them are so ugly.
Yeah.
I just said the correct information.
Yeah, I know you just told us, but let Mark talk. Thank you,
Yeah,
Fake
thanks.
Nat.
Thanks, Fake Nat. Jesus Christ, come on now.
A level up system for this, like Chris referenced earlier, there's RPG mechanics in this game. A level up system was implemented. You begin the game with only a limited number of basic attacks, but you earn experience points by defeating enemies. Novel concept. You gain the ability to use more powerful techniques at specific thresholds. You can achieve up to 7 levels throughout the game. That's measured at the bottom, right?
Yeah, it's measured by hearts and those hearts fill up via points.
Yeah.
And you can fill up your points with by doing certain moves, and I believe punches are worth more points than kicks. So you can kind of cheese it that way.
You know what's funny though? You don't need any of that. You just need the elbow.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
Yeah, the elbow is a big deal. The elbow is a big deal in the arcade version too. But you kind of in the arcade version you have all your moves right up front.
Something that will piss your parents off, a straight no-death play will take about 20 minutes in both the arcade and NES version of this video game.
Yeah, it's quick.
Yeah, I actually focused more on, I did play arcade, a lot of different ports, but the only ones that I finished were the arcade versions because I was actually surprised that they feel much better than the NES games to me. And I didn't realize that when I was younger. I don't even think I realized that 10 years ago when I started revisiting these games. But the arcade games, there's a reason why they were popular in the arcade. They did feel good, and they were pretty good.
It's funny that you say that they feel good because when you for the arcade versions, I just watched some playthroughs on YouTube, and they look in motion. They look kind of like shit. Like
yeah,
no, you're right.
At
the time, right?
Even contemporaries, like I know that Final Fight is not a contemporary.
No, that's like it's second generation.
Yeah,
software.
it's further generation. It just the slowness of the animation and the way how the collision detection and even like.
Well, here's the thing too. If you watched a playthrough online, I'm pretty sure you were watching an emulated playthrough, and
that's a good point.
There's something up with the refresh rate or something. Don't quote me exactly what it is, but I played on Mister, and supposedly playing on Mister is like actually playing the arcade version as I played the emulated version. Slowed down, the music's slower. It's like very noticeable.
Mark, what's Mister?
Mister is an FPGA, which means field programmable gate array, which it basically it's a hardware emulation instead of software emulation. So what the main benefit is to most people is it's cycle accurate. It's no input delay. Just so gosh darn, some people would say exactly as the real hardware.
It's holy grail technology. Cycle accurate emulation is something people have chased for a long time, and Mister is handling it for a variety of applications pretty well. And it's an evolving platform too.
Yeah, it's open source, so you've got people developing cores for it all the time. It's a really cool piece of tech for sure.
If you're getting into retro games now, don't buy a bunch of hardware, buy a Mister.
Oh, absolutely. Do whatever you want, whatever makes you happy, but like, man, the Mister, if I got the Mister 10 years ago, I would have just been
You're set.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Double Dragon. I have the story from the manual because this is from a time when you got stories in manuals.
Yes.
Shall I read it?
Lay it on us.
Double Dragon is the story of Billy and Jimmy Lee, twin brothers who learned to fight on the cold, tough streets of the city. Their expert knowledge of martial arts, combined with their street smarts, has made them both formidable fighting machines. But Billy is now faced with his greatest challenge. His girlfriend, Marion, has been kidnapped by the Black Warriors, the savage street gang of the mysterious Shadow Boss. Using whatever weapons come to hand, knives, whips, bats, rocks, oil drums, even dynamite, Billy must pursue the gang through the slums, factories, and wooded outskirts of the city to reach the hideout for his final confrontation with the Shadow Boss, his brother Jimmy.
Oh, they give you the spoiler right there in the front.
Right there. I mean, I think Jimmy was added for the NES version because you couldn't play as two people at the exact same time.
Yeah.
Title screen, intro screen music, title theme plays.
Title theme is good.
We get a logo. Yes, it is very good. We get a logo with 3 Japanese characters and a logo for Trade West, who handle distribution in the United States. Mark, are you more of a Trade West man or a Data East guy?
Data East.
Data East.
I'm more of a Data East just because of that logo.
Yeah,
that Data East logo is nice. Did Data East do the Joe and Matt games?
Initializing packet.
Good lord, a lot of developers and publishers brought us Joe and Mac, but yes, Data East was responsible for the NES and SNES ports.
I want to say Trade West was on Battletoads.
Thank you for telling me that Data East did the Joe and Matt games fake nav because I'm pretty sure that's true.
I think you're right.
If you guys are wrong, you're fucked.
Yeah, it's all bad. I'll just have to delete it.
It also showcases a 1988 copyright date, which contradicts our earlier information. God damn it! You press start and you get mode select. Mode A 1 player, Mode A 2 player, Mode B 1 player, Mode B 2 player.
Mode B is the most disappointing thing ever.
Dude, I mean, it's a fighting game, right? It's a one-on-one thing.
Yeah, it's a one-on-one fighting game.
It was before fighting games existed.
But you can't select your character. You've got to fight a shadow copy of yourself.
Of course.
The sprites do look pretty good, though.
But Mode B, the 2-player in Mode A, you just trade off levels or you trade off on lives? What do you do?
You alternate like Mario and Luigi, except for you're just Billy or Billy.
Right. And this is before it was Bimmy and Jimmy, right? That was Double Dragon 3.
Yeah, that was where they fucked up. Yeah, that was Bimmy Lee. Yeah, great fucking time.
Any other comments on the title screen?
No, I love the title screen. I love the music. We'll probably point this out multiple times through the game, but the one thing that Double Dragon knows how to do very well is deploy its music.
Yes.
Like it plays it at the right moments, and it's really great. I don't know if that was an accident or if that was by design, but they really went for it.
It was hard to distinguish yourself in the NES days, especially as early as this game was made, but they really nailed the melodies for this game.
I listened to the Retronauts episode on this video game, Double Dragon. I think it's from like 2 or 3 years ago.
Part of the Greenlit Podcast Network.
Yeah, part of the Greenlit Podcast Network. Go to greenlitpodcast.com to find out about all the other great shows in the network.
Nice plug, Chris.
That was great. That was pro.
The guest on there was Rob from the Hardcore Gaming 101 podcast that I appeared on.
Oh, nice.
On Zero Gears. I was like, I know that guy. Anyway, they were talking about the NES port specifically, and Jeremy Parrish said that he suspects, and he doesn't know if this was an actual like mandate from Nintendo, but like when you were to put a port on a Nintendo game, it had to be different than the arcade version. You couldn't just be having a straight port, kind of like the Master System was, because I think the Master System is a lot closer to the arcade. So that could be a reason why we see so many changes from the NES version.
That was like a rule?
He suspected that it wasn't like a hard and fast rule, but it was like a kind of a wink, wink, nudge, nudge kind of thing.
That was peak Nintendo draconian with licensing deals, right?
Yeah.
Too.
Is that so they could put, only on Nintendo or something like that?
Yeah, they wanted it to be different or stand out, which I think is maybe the reason why there are so many elements in this game that feel kind of platformy. Versus because there's very, very little platforming. I think there's like one bridge you have to jump over in the arcade version, and that's about it.
I mean, rules like that, Microsoft was implementing that for their games that were coming from PS3 to their console up through 360.
Yeah.
Like there had to be like a special level or a mode or something, and it had a different name, like Bonus Edition or Assholes Edition, whatever.
Press start.
8-bit cutscene. It's dusk in the summer. The city skyline is presented in Game Boy Green. 5 individuals are on a city street. They are Williams, Roper, Chin, and Williams. They oppose a woman, Marion. An apartment with a garage composes the city architecture, and it's next to a yellow brick wall with a document, obviously Martin Luther's 95 Theses, nailed to it. Most of these men here are VO. You know what that means?
Voice overs.
Vest only.
Vest only.
Yes.
The leader is Williams, a street tough with rust-colored hair that identically matches his vest. He approaches Marion. He winds up and jacks her in the stomach. She doubles over in pain for exactly 1 frame of animation. He then bends down to hoist her limp body over his shoulder. He turns around and walks off screen. His 3 cronies also do an about face and proceed to exit. In the arcade version, the background is a store called English Tier. There's also
a store or is it a bar?
Whatever.
English Tier sounds like a bar, right?
Yeah.
Like
I think it's a bar.
Drink the English Tier.
I really looked at it.
These people
for a
are
while.
probably loaded if you think about it.
Yeah.
There's also a non-tasteful upskirt after Williams throws Marion over his shoulder in the
Like
arcade.
3 pixels.
It's very non-tasteful, yeah.
I mean, not that there is a tasteful upskirt, really, but
no, there is no such thing as a tasteful upskirt. But like, it's one that feels exploitative, like right out the bat. It's
you
not
see it
like
today, and you're like, oh, what the fuck are you all doing?
Yeah,
I mean, these are bad guys, right? But it feels more for the viewer than the rummaging.
10 years ago, when I first revisited this game, I forgot all about that whole scene, and I just remember thinking, like, "Whoa,
hold on, guys!
This is how this game starts."
It's like Mario. They didn't kidnap the princess. They beat the shit out of her.
Just straight up.
It's brutal. It's very brutal. And like, you think back to like the video game violence panic of our childhood, and I don't remember this one coming up. Like, I don't think that started until a little bit later, like the Mortal Kombat era. But it feels like if you saw, I don't think, like, why did my mom not say anything? Mom, why didn't you say anything? This, like, that was rough out there.
As a kid, restarting that game, you had to see that scene probably so many times.
Yeah.
So there was no save point or password system, right? You're going from 0 to 100 every time you play this game.
Yeah.
So the music has names that are disputed. I'm going to go with what the YouTube listing was. Mission 1, music, mission start plays. We're presented with a Mission 1 title card against a green monochromatic cityscape background. A partial marquee is visible displaying GIRGR. What do we think this is supposed to say?
GRR.
GIRGR.
Grr.
English grr.
It means like, yeah. Also, this is the little mission screen is another thing that sets the NES apart from the arcade.
Oh, it didn't have title cards like that?
No.
The arcade seamlessly transitions from mission to mission like it's fucking
Hero's Journey.
PS4 God of War,
Yeah.
where it seamlessly
cuts.
transitions from.
That's impressive for the time for sure, but it's something about that that jam.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it really is good. It flows right into the level music for some reason.
absolutely.
It's like a perfect intro to
It always
it.
bridges.
Yeah. Did you have we taken note of Billy and Jimmy emerging from their garage in the arcade version? In the arcade version, when they come out to take Marion, Machine Gun Willie is present. This guy's the one that's supposed to be the leader of the Shadow Warriors.
I thought it was the Black Warriors.
Well,
The Shadow Warrior himself is the leader of the Black Warriors, I believe.
I thought it was the Shadow Warriors in some translations and the Black Warriors or the Black Shadow Warriors.
I've got Black Warriors in the manual.
Okay. Well, I Shadow Warriors in some other translations, so they're interchangeable. But anyway, he's there. The man with the machine gun is there in that introductory scene as well. Then the garage opens up. Billy and his twin brother Jimmy on 2-player mode will emerge from the garage, and we get a peek at their sick red sports car. Now, Mark, you said something about the sports car. This is a throwback to what now?
Road Adventure.
Road Adventure. Cool.
Yeah.
Wasn't that called Road Blaster here?
Or Road... yeah, I get them confused.
Yeah, it's definitely called Road Avenger first.
So,
okay.
Yeah, question. So Billy and Jimmy Lee, they're supposed to be these martial artists, but I think they're like not beyond like having worldly possessions. Like they've got a fucking sports car in their garage.
Yeah, they're 80s heroes, Chris.
Okay.
Excess.
And also, why are they so into this girl that can't like see a dangerous group of individuals coming from a mile away?
Well, she doesn't have any frames of animation to run away. Like that's the
I mean, I know that's the real reason.
That's the
but-
problem.
And they're so another thing, I don't know if you notice in the NES version, but the garage, they're not even all the way gone before the garage is open.
Yeah.
It's like they're still right there.
They
You
come
can
out quickly.
Stop them right now.
In the supplementary material for the American arcade release, Billy and Jimmy Lee were called Hammer and Spike.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So
Is it a Legion of Doom?
nice.
Fucking
I guess.
Did you ever find out in your search for story why they took her?
It depends on where you look, but I don't think they ever say this in the NES version, but in some version, it might have been like Double Dragon Neon or something like that. They are trying to unlock the Shadow Warriors are trying to find the secrets of the fighting style that the Lee brothers are, and so they're collecting data. They're like they want to see them fight so they can collect data on this fighting style. I do have more on that later.
That's
though.
actually okay. That's a cooler story than I thought. All right.
Mission 1 plays with its kick-ass intro. In the NES version, it opens as the same screen as the horrendous abduction. The tanned young man we are has orange hair and a completely blue outfit. And are we Jimmy or Billy is one player?
Oh, Billy.
All right. On the bottom screen is a health bar and a timer with 199 seconds.
Yeah, I didn't realize this game had time until I ran out of time on the last boss. Fucking sucks.
2 identical street toughs wearing brown vests who are twins stand in our way. They appear to be jaundiced with frightening yellow skin. I think they're just supposed to be Williams, but the NES port shifts their color palettes around with alarming frequency.
Yes, this is Williams. Williams is he's kind of the fella who wears like or never wears sleeves.
Yeah.
You know, that's what he
VO, vest only.
he goes on a date, he wears a sleeveless shirt. It's just what he does. Williams, like a lot of other characters in this game, he enjoys his poofy hair. Like there's a lot of poofy hair in this game. And
It's like a rockabilly kind of Fist of the North Star type thing.
yes, also this is canon. He prefers to wear Wrangler jeans because they
like
don't
Brett
get-
Favre.
Yeah, because they quote don't get into all that woke shit. In this
damn
game, in this game, Williams either comes unarmed with a bat, a knife, or a stick of dynamite. But here in the first level, he's just barehanded. I got some more Williams facts, real quick. According to the fandom wiki, this is unsighted, so I
means
don't
it's
know.
definitely true.
I don't know. Williams is named after Williams from the 1973 film Enter the Dragon, the creator of this game. Williams was played by Jim Kelly, not the football player, but the blaxploitation era martial arts actor. Jim Kelly is from our home state of Kentucky and signed with the University of Louisville to play football, but left the team after the coach used a racial slur towards one of his teammates. Thanks. That's
Weird
all my
legacy.
Williams fact. From here, well, actually, that's when he went on to study martial arts. So if a coach from our university wouldn't have been racist, then this character would have been named something different.
Cool.
Interesting.
That's when the cogs of fate began to turn. But you still shouldn't be racist. I just want to point that out that I knew all that before going into doing the research because I'm a fan of the University of Louisville sports.
Oh, you knew that before. Okay, that's impressive.
Yeah, I knew about Jim Kelly. I didn't know about Williams.
Lost 4 consecutive Super Bowls.
Yeah.
I punch Williams in the face. They make a face when I do this. After absorbing a few blows, they fall backwards, but they get back up and I resume my bludgeoning. When I kill them for the final time, their bodies blink and then evaporate. An invisible hand appears out of the ether and indicates I can move on.
Yeah, is it a thumbs up?
I think it's like a hitchhike type thing. Or maybe
Okay.
move forward. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
But this was like, I picture these being a product of focus testing.
Yeah.
Maybe where they're just fucking standing there.
Yeah,
Tell
come
them they
on.
have to move.
Yeah, and I think Mark kind of already alluded to this, but like it's important.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. It's important to note that we need to ask the question early on: is like, why didn't the Shadow Warriors just go and like burn our house down instead of kidnapping our girlfriend?
We have technology.
But the answer to that is the Shadow Warriors, and this is according to the lore from multiple games. But the Shadow Warriors have kidnapped Marion in order to collect data on Jimmy Lee's fighting style and to enter it into a spreadsheet, so they can.
In the movie,
unlock them.
they had an amulet that the Shadow Lord had.
Yeah.
Needed to have two halves of it.
Yeah, it's two one-winged angels.
That's right.
helping each other.
I moved down the street to an apartment building, perfectly symmetrical with two ladders on each side. The left side of the building straight up has a hole in the wall. The front door opens and two pink spandex psychos with Amaranth Coral's haircut emerge.
Yes.
This or these are known as Linda.
Linda. I have some. Mark, do you have anything before I get on with Linda facts?
No, I just think it's cool that they're Lindas. They
Yeah.
as a collective are Lindas.
Mark is...
Did Double Dragon invent the concept of like there are 5 members of the gang, but they infinitely respawn and can spawn at the same time? Like, is this the first game that did that? Because it happens in all of these
economical
beat 'em up
use of
games.
enemies.
I mean,
Yeah.
didn't that, I guess, happen in
Was that in
Kunio-kun?
Renegade? Yeah.
Yeah, well, they didn't have names though. Well, actually, you know what? They did have names because when they barfed, you saw their names in the bottom.
But also, I wonder if even the Japanese arcade original was made, did these characters have names? Did they give them names when they had to like write a manual?
Yeah, if it's a localization thing.
Yeah, well, I don't think it was when they wrote a manual because as we'll find out, a lot of the names of these characters are inspired by Bruce Lee films or from Enter the Dragon, like those names. So, but speaking of, I will impart some Linda facts on us now, if I may.
Okay.
Of course.
Linda's full name is Linda Lash,
Hell yeah.
which
Great name.
that goes with her whip. Now, did anybody see the artwork for Linda in the NES manual?
Absolutely not.
Yes.
She was like, how would you describe her? She was like styled to be a
Jazzercise host.
yeah,
Yeah.
a sexy whip wielding lady, but it doesn't really translate into the NES sprite.
No, and rarely does the concept art found in manuals for NES games look like what the sprite looks like.
No, you're right, but it informs me nonetheless. But I love her bodysuit. Linda appears to me to be the weakest enemy in this game based on stamina. Like, she's the quickest one that you can take out with the smallest amount of moves. Some fandom wiki trivia. Linda is likely unsighted, named, and probably even designed after Linda Lee Cadwell or Caldwell. I may have made a typo there. The widow of Bruce Lee and mother of the Crow.
I wish the rain would stop just once.
Can't rain all the time.
Eric?
Mother of the Crow.
God damn it, dude.
Personal data. I guess I didn't have this for Williams, but personal data. This is from the mobile version of Double Dragon, which I've heard is kind of good. I didn't try it.
No, I don't believe you. Sorry.
Double Dragon Trilogy. Check that out. Steam.
Personal data. Age 28, height 172 centimeters, weight 76 kilogram, hobbies bodybuilding.
Give me that blood type.
Don't have the blood type,
Fuck,
sorry.
dude.
But by the time we've beaten up these first couple of people, we've leveled up a couple times, right?
Yeah.
And
I feel like these guys all look like members of the gang from Back to the Future 2. Biff's gang.
Yeah, Biff's gang.
yeah,
I kind of feel like that. I mean,
Billy Zane.
this game is before Back to the Future 2, but
But it was
It's just-
inspired by the retro futurism of the 80s. I mean, thinking in the fiction, like, the world has been nuked and this is like post-apocalypse shit, right?
yes.
yeah, yep.
Yeah.
But did we even know that then?
I think that was maybe retconned via Double Dragon 2.
But you know,
the movie.
it's interesting because there were some clear ideas. When you look at the backgrounds, whoever designed the game had some ideas. It's just so funny that, at least as far as I could find, and I really looked, like finding out the official story according to 88? Yeah. According to 1988. I feel like all that stuff didn't get officially written down anywhere until much later.
Mark, Linda wears pink, has a whip, and is a woman. Does she know poison?
No, but I'm sure Poison is a direct ripoff
Yeah,
of her.
most likely.
Poison from Final Fight?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I played Final Fight the other day with my 5-year-old son. We beat it.
Poison is also in Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Really?
And Street Fighter 4.
Oh, I didn't know Poison was in Street Fighter 4. Wow. When I was playing Final Fight, I saw what's the big ass goofy guy that they added to Street Fighter 5? Abigail.
I love Abigail.
I didn't realize Abigail was from Final Fight when he was revealed, but I got to him in Final Fight. I was like, oh, okay, there you go. So another note on the screen of Linda's, in the arcade version, did you see the billboard?
No, what did it say?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, it's just a love bug, and it said, you go Scoot
Moto.
Oh, Scoot Moto, that's
Scoot
right.
Moto, billboard with like a VW Beetle.
It's a prequel to Jet Moto.
Yeah. Also, in the arcade version, a Bobo will break through the bricks of the wall to fight you because he fucking hates doors, I guess.
Yeah.
But we don't meet a Bobo until later in the NES version.
So Linda has a whip, and she slaps me with it, and I love it. The other one punches me in the face, but I kill them both.
Yes.
Sorry. I just want to say, a Bobo busting out of the wall was a really cool touch back then.
It was.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
What a threat.
Yes.
We move to the next screen, which is a green bricked back alley with stacks of industrial barrels. A denimed up black guy emerges. This is Roper, but he's black now. I uppercut him into oblivion. Read my lips, it's not a hate crime. As he passes away, his compatriot, identical in every way, has hoisted one of the hazmat barrels above his head. He throws it at me, but I dodge it. I pick it up, and after killing him with it, toss it at the third Roper clone shortly thereafter. A fourth Roper then comes for me on the left side, and a fifth from the right. They both fall to my fists.
Did you know in the arcade version, there's some additional flavor in this background here? There's like a big, floofy orange cat sitting on top
that
of one
cat's
of the
there in
barrels.
the NES version, but he looks way cooler in the arcade version.
Yeah, he's there.
Oh, I didn't even notice it. Okay. Is that cat also there in the ending too? Maybe we'll find out.
Let me tell you also, this boss music, the difference between the sounds coming out of the machine in the arcade compared to the NES. The NES just trumps it in every way. It's so shrill and just terrible during this.
Yeah,
boss.
the arcade version, I didn't know if, I watched a video of that obviously, and it sounded bad.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Shrill's a good word.
So you want to talk about Roper real quick?
Yeah, Chris, tell me all about Roper.
Okay, well, as you said, Roper appears to be wearing overalls to expose his muscles and girth.
Denimed up.
In the NES version, he loves to wield weird things like oil drums and boxes. Like those are the primary things he'll throw at us throughout the game. Roper is named after John Saxon's character from the 1973 martial arts film
Enter the Dragon.
Yes.
Enter.
Although his name was translated as Roper, Rowper in the manual. My final fact, which Eric already alluded to, is Roper appears as both a white person and a black person throughout the Double Dragon canon.
Problematic.
Yes. In the arcade version, this is where the boss emerges. It's not a Bobo, but he looks like a Bobo. His name's Jick. And this is where that bad music comes up. Jick is straight up like 60% of all black Americans designed by a Japanese game developer. Jick is just Mr. T. Straight up. Like, cool. He's right there. But in the NES version, we get to move forward and face some more Lindas.
We go to the next screen. It features a blue painted garage labeled number 5. 2 more Lindas emerge. I punch them in the face until they die from it.
The revenge of the Lindas has failed.
Do they die or do they just like go rest and come back and
talk about
get
this?
you?
Or are we doing murders or are they?
I think the way I always headcanon this as in my youth, they're Shadow Warriors, so we're destroying their Kagebushins. Shout out to Naruto.
You would tell this to Joe Lieberman at the Senate hearings in '92, right?
Yes, exactly. This is what I would say under oath. Yes. I guess. Like I don't know if Bimmy and Jimmy have any rules against murder, but
stacking bodies.
They do stack some bodies. I mean, in Double Dragon 2, we knock people out of helicopters, so we'll see.
Yeah.
That helicopter could be a foot off the ground. You don't know.
Yeah, it's true.
This part of the level terminates in a brutalist concrete monolith. I enter its lone green door. Music, Mission 1 continues to play as we enter some kind of factory.
Yeah, warehouse or something.
Cardboard boxes are marked TJC and SS are stacked everywhere. And a blue conveyor belt carries cargo into the infinite abyss of the darkness. Now, these boxes say SS. Is that the SS, Chris?
The SS?
Yeah.
I don't think...
we killing Nazis?
I mean, it would be nice if we did, but I don't think we
Bionic Commando did, right?
I think these are Americans, though, unfortunately. Oh, I mean, that doesn't mean they can't be Nazis, but I'm not sure. I think the Shadow Warriors have different aspirations than the Nazis do.
I send 2 denimed up ropers to hell, but then the door in the background opens and a Bobo, a Bald Bull Jr. looking asteroid monster, spills out.
Yes.
He's shirtless, wearing jeans, and ready to fight and to fuck.
Yeah.
I punch him 3 times and he falls off the edge of the level and descends to hell.
Oh, you gotta jump kick a Bobo.
Yeah, jump kick him straight onto that conveyor belt to his death. Yeah, he dies.
He's dead. Yeah, this particular Bobo is dead. This warehouse and a Bobo himself actually are like the most iconic Double Dragon things for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The belt was actually a really cool level feature. You could use the environment to your advantage, which again now is very primitive, but was cool as shit at the time. This is stuff you showed people.
I don't think we have enough conveyor belt deaths. What's the last conveyor belt death you can think of in a video game? I have one.
Oh, I have no
Ring
idea.
Fit today, I fell off the edge.
Oh, okay. Anybody else?
Abe's Odyssey?
Oh, that's a good one. I was going to say Heavy Rain.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
When you're in that factory, you can get pressed.
Fuck that game. Jason!
There is mission clearing victory music in this game for every level.
Yeah, it's awesome. We need to talk about a Bobo real quick. For some reason, this is called History of a Bobo, not just a Bobo fact, so
Great.
whatever. Here we go. A Bobo's Big Adventure is the first fan game I've ever seen. You guys played that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mark showed it to me.
Yeah, it's awesome. I don't know if it's awesome in concept. I don't remember if it was awesome in play or not.
At the time, a mashup like that, a fan hack of that quality was incredible.
It's still, I think it holds up pretty well.
Yeah, a Bobo appears in some form in almost every Double Dragon game and appears in several Kunio-kun games. I believe he's also in the River City Girls, which is also a Kunio-kun game, but I believe a Bobo is in there. I think one of the artists has described that like a Bobo can mean like this person, a Bobo, or it can also just mean like the race of Double Dragon enemies that are big and large and bald.
Does a Bobo mean anything?
I don't think so.
All right. I didn't know he had a name until like the 2000s, honestly. I didn't know any of these characters did.
A version of Double Dragon, which we haven't talked about, is the Neo Geo one-on-one fighting game.
Double Dragon
love
V,
that game.
The Shadow Falls.
No, not that one. It's just called Double Dragon, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's sort of like Double Dragon, the game, the movie, the game.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Well, in the
Ouroboros.
one that I saw, a Bobo has an ending and he's eating chicken in the ending.
Great.
Thanks.
That fits.
And his personal data from Double Dragon Mobile. His age is 29. His height is 215
He's 29
centimeters.
He looks rough.
He looks like hell, dude.
Yeah. His weight is 125 kilograms, and his hobbies are playing the guitar.
That guy looks like shit.
Holy, yeah.
I bet he snaps the neck off any guitar he tries to strum.
According to the film, his first name is Bo, and his last name is Bobo.
Bobo.
The
The film does him dirty, man. He gets injected with steroids and like he gets hulked up like in fucking Freaked.
Yeah.
I saw that part. And then Alyssa Milano just like force feeds him spinach or something.
Yeah, to try to like fix him. He turns good by the end. It's okay.
Well, yeah, of
So
course.
now
it's
we're in
Bobo.
mission 2. Mission 2. The music plays. Instantly, we're in the background. The floor is metal royal blue, a dazzling offset from the rust girders, yellow caution paint, and navy forest night sky. A bitch-ass punk with two swollen shut eyes in a green onesie, a new Roper variant, jump kicks me in the head. His buddy Roper, a punk-ass bitch, is carrying a cardboard box of TJC above his head. I commit 4 Roper homicides.
Awesome.
We move to the next screen.
Yes.
Boxes of TJC.
What is TJC? Give me an acronym right now.
Totally juiced children.
Tired, jump kicking, cocks.
I'm going to go with the juiciest Chris.
The juiciest Chris. We have it here.
I think.
Let me do a line of TJC right now.
I think Mark's is better. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Mark wins.
Thanks, Mark.
The speed at which he deployed that is why I value Mark's company.
Yeah, I'm bad at that kind of stuff. So, yeah, then we can move on to some more Williamses, right?
Yes, we do some passive gray industrial concrete buildings. Williams comes out, but he walks out with something new in his hand.
He's got sticks of dynamite.
Fucking dynamite.
Good God, yes.
He throws it 2 inches from his body.
Yeah. These are deadly.
Yeah.
They will fuck you up. They'll take like almost half your health. This scene right here informed all of my dynamite knowledge for years.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like I thought if I lit a stick of dynamite on fire and I threw it at you, it would just blow
Explode
up.
on contact.
Yes.
Like quicksand,
exactly.
it was something you were going to encounter for sure out in your life.
Probably as a child, I thought all bombs were like as soon as they made contact with their target, that was that.
It's proximity mine.
Yeah.
He drops the dynamite, and I beat him up as it explodes in both of our faces. But only he falls over dead. He can't believe this shit. I crawl up the nearby chain link fence. I then carefully walk across a pipe, narrowly avoiding the bottomless pit that separates both sides of this weirdo bad man factory.
Now, if you take the Williams baseball bat around here, and you can do like the infinite EXP trick around here, right? Have
Yes,
you ever heard
this
of
is
that?
where you can do that. As Chris said, he comes out with a bat. I smack him in the forehead with my fist and take the bat from him. I beat him with his weapon over the pit until he evaporates like all foes I vanquish. I leap off the fence, and on the other side, I surprise myself with the landing animation.
Sick. Oh, yeah, because that does not happen in that game.
No.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
2 more pink Williamses come out, one has dynamite. I send them to hell with their Williams brothers. It's here where I take time to admire my swinging motion. Starting from the hips, it's completely horizontal, like Charles Barkley swinging a bat in space, or a man trying to wrench his fishing pole out of those stomach devices you can plug a fishing pole into.
Yeah.
That shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Old men wear devices you plug your fishing pole into, and they do this shit, which does not play over audio.
Oh, okay.
Behind me, the facade of the factory is fallen. The blue steel girders are wasting away and deteriorating. The magic thumb returns, interrupts my soliloquy, signaling it's time to move on. The cement walls return on the next screen, but the leftmost wall has a drive-through window. I walk up and attempt to pay for my number 3 meal, but Double Dragon cannot accommodate the world I so desperately want to believe in.
Yes.
On the plus side, the steel girders to the right have a fresh coat of light blue paint, suggesting we're moving to a safer workspace to work on these asses I'm about to beat into.
So
I kill Linda.
Are you ready? So before we go to the skyscraper, the arcade version actually culminates right here.
It finishes.
You're not on an elevator, but it's an elevator type battle where enemies just keep coming and you beat them up. And then finally the boss comes and it's Jeff. Jeff is not technically in the NES version, but in the arcade version, he's a head swap of Billy and Jimmy. It's just like the same guy, except for his head is different. And that's why I called the guy in the intro that looks like Bill, that has like blue hair and looks like Billy and Jimmy. I called him Jeff.
Can I propose a sub-segment of God Bless the Ring that I want to do with every episode that is a beat 'em up?
Yeah.
We need to officially power rank elevator sequences.
Oh, okay.
When those occur.
So this is number 1.
Right.
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, technically.
Well, it's not. You're not really on an elevator. You're just there's guys coming
just
in an elevator.
a guy deployment sequence.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
Monster
Closet.
While you were mentioning the way that they punch, one thing I noticed, it's definitely more pronounced in the arcade version, but I thought it was really interesting. The choice of the character design where like the arms are, everything's proportional, but the arms are not just like beefier, but they're longer.
Yeah.
And like the punching animation itself, just like the way it stands out, is comical, but it looks convincing.
Powerful.
Yeah.
It looks like a guy throwing a punch at a bar versus like a guy doing like a punch in karate class.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's real fighting. It's not fake fighting. You're not breaking boards, you're breaking skulls.
It's definitely not fake. It's the realest fighting.
Yes.
I move forward and am met with another uncrossable chasm in the middle of this earthquake factory. But a nearby ladder provides direction, so I climb it good and true. As I reach the second floor, 2 more Lindas emerge from the left side. How the fuck did they get up here? Mark, how did they get up here?
Oh, when you open the crate of the juice children, you'll see what they're for.
Great. Chris, how did they get up here?
They were already up here. They were working. They're waiting.
They
They're
work
waiting.
there.
Actually, see, Double Dragon, this is one thing I really appreciate about Double Dragon, is specifically the NES version, is like it provides you in almost every level a space in which to throw people off the edge. Like, because once you get the kind of like the hair pulled knee thing where you can throw people over your shoulder, my favorite move in this game, like this is a wonderful playground to be able to throw people off the edge. So, in other words, they got it. The start of all this was because we needed a way to throw somewhere to throw people off.
Excuse me.
Yes, I know they both got to answer. Fake net, how did they get up here?
Initializing fake net.
I put them there to test your resolve and watch you kill and measure your violence.
God, I kill them on this girder and they die alone and in pain.
I just came.
Is clone death real death? The unofficial ethical debate of Double Dragon. I mean, Double Darren. I wrote Double Darren. That's
Double Darren.
I climb the next ladder and Linda is back from the grave. I climb back down the ladder and she follows me. Oh shit, these things can climb ladders.
Do they ever freak out like and go, "You again?"
Yeah, right. They don't never call attention
Yeah,
to this.
when they phase into the shadow realm and come back to do they maintain their memories? Like,
Or they reset each time.
yeah, or do they like so?
Is there a collective?
also,
Can I
Linda
talk about
remember?
Naruto for a second?
Absolutely
Yes.
not.
Okay. How much do you know about Naruto? I know Eric knows nothing. How much do you know?
I know about a season's worth.
Okay, so you know how Naruto does the Kagebushi and the shadow clones or whatever, and
Yes.
he's as that series goes on, he's able to create more and more. And once he becomes really powerful, he can like send one out for days to be doing shit for him. And as soon as that shadow clone either gets released and poofs into the air, or gets defeated and killed and poofs into the air, all of the memories that shadow clone obtained will then go into the base Naruto. Is that how this works? Like, where are the base? Is the base Williams and the base Linda and the final Abobo? Are they all waiting there in the red carpet?
If they evaporate naturally, their data gets uploaded to the global Linda memory bank. But if we chasm them, there's not enough time.
Is the global memory bank like the fucking space laser that Duragon C. Mikado has in the bouncer?
The Bouncer.
Yes, that is exactly what that is.
Okay.
It's Dr. Abel's
All right,
laser
just
from Tekken. I jump kick Linda off the ladder and kill Linda again. I climb 3 more ladders and ascend this worrying series of blue girders with no practical reason to exist. At the top rests some kind of silver or concrete building where the foreman probably hangs out and does lines of cocaine. A guy with no shirt, Chin, comes out and I throw him off the building.
Yes.
Chris, who's Chin?
Chin is my favorite NES sprite, period, by the way.
Ever?
Like, ever. Like, can you think of a better sprite than Chin? Like, what's your favorite NES sprite, Mark?
My favorite NES sprite.
Off the top of your head. You don't have to commit to it.
Ryu from Ninja Gaiden.
Oh,
Ninja
yeah.
Gaiden.
It's a fucking good one, Eric.
Mike Tyson.
That's pretty good.
Mike Tyson might... Yeah, Mike Tyson might be the best.
I mean, they kind
NES
of
sprite.
cheated with like Punch-Out's the only game that looks like Punch-Out, right? Like it's got some kind of weird-ass mapper in there. That's more Mark's department than mine, but...
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they definitely cheated. It's like everything's so simple, so the boxers can... The reason why Lil Mac is small is because game reasons, so you can see who you're fighting, but also like it helps with the memories and the microchips inside the Nintendo.
So the reason that Shin is my favorite
That's
NES
knowledge,
sprite-
Chris.
Yeah,
We
it
know
is
that
knowledge. That's why we
I'm
have
glad
Mark
Mark's here.
That's why Mark's here. The
Like
reason
how-
that the reason that
sorry, go ahead.
no, yeah, you got something?
I was just gonna say, you like how professionally I said the microchips in the Nintendo. Anyway,
yeah,
continue.
the fucking superconductor of the Nintendo, and fucking Saddam can use it to fucking launch missiles. Shin's my favorite NES sprite. Why? Why, you ask? Well,
Why
it
is
has,
that, Chris?
It has just the right amount of detail to exude a personality and style. He's like, fuck it, I don't need to comb my hair. I don't need to see what's in front of me. I want to fight. I will fuck you up.
Yeah.
I love him because you can't see his eyes, so it like you can't see any of these fuckers' eyes, but this guy's eyes you can't see because his hair's over it because he doesn't give a fuck because he's gonna fuck you up.
It's important, like you can't see their eyes as a NES game, but you actually don't want to see their eyes so you don't see the life leaving their body.
Over
The
and
soul
over and
evaporate.
over.
Yeah, it does damage to a man's psyche.
Do you think that, first of all, does everyone in this game have a twin? And second of all, do you think that would start to weigh on a person, killing the same Linda over and over and over?
How many more Lindas must I kill?
I think you're right, Mark, because we'll get to this later, but at the end of the game, when you have to fight the enemy gauntlet, you have to fight you have to fight pairs of all the enemies before you get to the final boss, except for the final boss.
Important question. Are Billy and Jimmy twins?
Yes.
I think-
Well, actually, never mind.
In the
No,
movie,
I don't
they're
think they
not.
are.
But like, if they are, then they're used to seeing clones of themselves.
Oh.
Right?
Now, I guess they're not, because when I think about it, they usually have different hairstyles. And in old video game terms, that indicates not twin.
Huh.
Fraternal dragons.
Ghostbuster circle with line over twin.
Yeah.
According to various exposition through Double Dragon and its many manuals, Chin joined the Shadow Warriors to test his fighting skills. Chin is an amalgamation of the legendary Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee. Cheng Fu, a character appearing in the 1995 101 fighting game Double Dragon for Neo Geo, was also apparently modeled after Jackie Chan, being a double reference in and of itself, and borrows aspects from Chin Taimei, which is Chin's full name, such as his iconic purple garments and hairstyle. Iconic,
yes. Everyone, ask any kid walking down the street now. Let's drive to Kroger and ask little Johnny. You know the iconic look of, what's his name again? Chin? Yes.
Chin's physical appearance in the PC Engine CD port of Double Dragon 2, which we'll talk about later. He has long and well-combed hair tied into a ponytail, and he somewhat resembles American action film actor Steven Seagal,
When his
who's
hair,
a fucking asshole.
he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he's garbage.
Did you see that tweet the other day that was floating around about Steven Seagal and how he fell into the ocean?
When he went out, he didn't want to practice his scene and went out the wrong door of the like ocean liner and went into the open water.
Good.
Fucking idiot.
But also he's entertaining.
So you like Shin's hair. When he pulls it back, is it like in Tekken 4 when Paul let his hair down finally?
Oh, yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. I think you're right. The other fun thing about this is, like, again, we've talked about throwing dudes off the edge of cliffs and stuff, but this is one of the first times that you can do that. Like, kind of, I guess you can. You're able to kind of cheese a Bobo off the.
But no, you can pick people up and kind of launch them, right?
Yeah, you can.
Did we talk about the buttons? So there's two buttons, and you got to use combinations of them to do moves.
Do you?
Or like depending on which way you're facing and shit like that.
Yeah. Well, no,
Like to jump, you got to hit them both, right?
You have to press A plus B to jump,
Right.
but A is punch and B is kick in Double Dragon 1. In Double Dragon 2, that changes.
Okay.
Back to the kind of the Kunio-kun style.
Once again, none of that matters. Use the elbow.
You're right.
Yeah, the elbow is executed by pressing, I think, back and A at the same time. I was playing the ArcSys collection version of the game, and I had a hard time getting the elbow off. But
It is kind of a pain to get off for sure. And I think you're right. I think it is better in the arcade version than the NES, but I still think apparently is very powerful in the NES version.
I think there is a jump kick to elbow ratio, if anybody wants to do any math, but like you can take an abobo out in 16 jump kicks or 4 elbows. So
the elbow is much more efficient.
That's right.
Yeah, but the elbow is a little bit more dangerous because it makes you susceptible to his damage.
Are we ready for Mission 3?
Mission 3, Forest.
Mission Start plays as we look at the row of dirt with trees borrowed from the future of Kirby's Adventure. Like other Mission Start splash screens, it's delivered in a monochromatic green. But the music, Mission 3 plays, as a Williams in a brown vest with jeans, perhaps a copy of a uniform from the Warriors, shows up with a knife. I'm still in the coniferous forest that is also a jungle.
This purple sky is real cool looking.
Yeah, it is. And how do we get from the top of a skyscraper to a forest?
Don't ask those questions, dude.
What led us here? Well, the arcade version actually answers it, because you walk there, like the beginning of Mission 3 in the arcade version, you walk from the edge of a city into nature. And that's not really how American cities work, but I think if you were to go to...
It could be like a park. There could just be a large
yeah,
park.
it could just be a park. Yeah, you're right.
William shows up with a knife. He throws it, so I grab him by that mop of hair and knee him in the face until I have done another homicide.
Yeah.
I walk forward and find his clone sitting idly on a tree trunk. He leaps off of it at me in the jump kick motion, but he does not connect. I kick him in the dick and balls and perform a roundhouse on his face, and he dies. A third knife-wielding clone emerges from the right side. I perform another murder on this punk-ass bitch.
What an idiot.
The knife is very powerful as well, we should point out.
Yes.
Like, it's... And actually, I don't know if it's supposed to be blood, but when... At the point of impact, there was like a... I don't know, like
some Tekken energy.
Like yeah, some Tekken energy. A unfilled comic book sound effect, kind of like a bam there, but not with no words there.
I walk to the right and a pink chin steps out, but this also reveals a beautiful violet sky and a brown fence.
This game deployed the boss as a regular-ass enemy.
Yes.
Like, quickly.
Immediately.
Like, you better have learned how to play this game by now.
There's just chins now.
Yeah.
There's a green field and some silhouetted black mountains between the two. The sky is wavy with haze, and the east side of the mountain is bathed in purple light. This shit looks awesome, like Mark said. That fenced area gives way to another version of the forest from earlier. I continue to murder shirtless chins. Surprising myself, I find a way to get on top of one and repeatedly punch him in the face as they're pinned to the ground. Did you all do this move? How do you do this? I did this on accident.
The stand on top of them and punch them?
Yeah.
You just go up to them, press
do that?
down.
I forgot you could do that.
I had no memory of that move whatsoever. Like, some enemies will push you back off. Like, I think chin on up will push you off.
I make it to a wooden dock, but despite its hovering mechanism with no visible support structure, it is incomplete and there is a small gap in the path. Williams comes up with a bat. I hit him and he falls into the water, but he leaves the bat. As his soul perishes, I thank him for his generosity.
The bridge now, right? Jesus Christ, the bridge. This bridge...
Y'all like platforming?
No. Well, yeah, this bridge to me is like an 8-year-old is a perfect metaphor for life in general. It's like sometimes when you think you've lined your jump up perfectly, there's a guy in a sleeveless shirt standing on the other side lining up a perfect knife throw.
Yeah.
If the knife throw doesn't kill you, you're going to fall into the river, and since you've spent your whole life creating a unique fighting style that combines Shaolin, Kempo, Tai Chi, Karate, Judo, Aikido, you haven't learned to swim.
That's
You've
right.
been working on all these fucking skills. These fuckers can't swim. So you fall in the water, you're dead. You tried so hard. This is the only platforming moment in the arcade version, but the first of many in the NES version.
And again, you got to push 2 buttons to jump. So after we take down that guy, we're back on the dirt road. 2 more Knife Williams walk up, and I swing my bat directly into their stomachs until they die from blunt force tummy trauma. Another fence, another purple sky, another mountain path are complemented with 2 of those denimed up ropers with swollen eyes. I destroy them with the raw brutality of mashing the A button. This brings us to a rock, clay-colored wall. I kill 2 ropers. This big rock wall goes on for way too long, and it's so boring. What the fuck is going on here, Technos? But wait! As I approach the next area, 2 Abobos bust through that wall.
Yeah.
All they know is death and destruction.
Abobo does not like doors.
They want to kill. I have killed so many, and this is my punishment, to be devoured by 2 professional wrestlers.
How y'all feel about this section?
He crouches down in blocks when I hit him, Chris.
Yeah.
My powers don't work.
The enemies have blocks.
I only watched this part of the NES version. Of course, you watch a playthrough and it looks like it's easy, but I could tell it was
It's
not.
tough. This is where people tap out most of the time.
Whenever I would go back to this game as an adult, like when it would be on like Virtual Console or just whatever, and I'd pick it up and play it, this is the part I'd always get to on my first like refresh through the game, or my first like new run through the game. I would get here, then I would lose. Because it takes forever, because you've got to land 32 jump kicks if you're doing this the jump kick method.
It's outrageous.
I think the way you do it is you kind of have to stay kind of off axis and kind of zigzag between the 2 Abobos and then jump kick them. But it only takes 4 elbows to defeat them. So if you've got enough health to be able to absorb some of their hits, you can do the elbows, because you're going to get your health back once you go into the cave.
I'm not sure if this is true for the NES version, but I found in both arcade for 1 and 2 that moving up and down on the Y-axis like constantly, and then opening your attack as you come on them from below makes striking every enemy so much easier.
I don't know if this is the case in the NES version, but in a lot of beat 'em ups, it feels like the player character usually has a bit more of an advantage on the y axis. Like they can reach more rows than the
So they weren't
can.
programmed to deal with that or something.
But you never know.
But like Chris said, you can actually walk in this Abobo hole after you kill them, and you get to secret area. Music,
Yes.
secret area 1 plays.
In the arcade version, you get a message on the screen that says "Go invade the enemy's base," and you keep walking until you get to the double green Abobo fight. But in the NES version, you go inside this cave. This music's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
This is maybe the second best song in the game.
Yeah, this music's sick.
What the hell is inside this mountain? The ceiling is composed of nasty pink stalactites. The background is a mixture of magenta rocks and bloopy honeycomb monstrosities. The ground has a harsh textured shade of pink. Mark, is this where Abobos live? Is this what they eat? Is this where they do it?
It's yes, they probably do it there. And I have one note about this area, and it is fuck this cave maze bullshit.
Is this the moment where like Double Dragon became like this is when like we got to turn this into a Nintendo game?
This is a Nintendo game
because
now.
There's no y-axis here. We've been talking a lot about the y-axis, but here it's just a flat surface that you have to go across. You're dodging
tornado twirling stalactites fall out of the ceiling.
Yeah, they do a lot of damage. If you don't pay perfect attention here, you're dead. You're lose all your lives.
A series of 3 moving platforms on different levels attempt to provide moderately safe passage in the bottomless pit. I didn't think Double Dragon was a platformer. I don't know about this shit, you guys. You can completely leap over the third one, and despite jumping into and over the ceiling spikes that were dangerous moments ago, the action will not take your life now. The other side of the chasm contains a purple elevator door. As I walk by, it opens with 2 shirtless, rust-colored chins explode out of it. After I sever their immortality, I walk in that door.
The one thing I do appreciate about this cave is like the entire palette, all the coloration here is really good looking.
Yeah, they went nuts. It wasn't like a standard cave. Let's make a purple cave.
There's even there's not just like the rock decoration on the back walls. There's like these like weird like bulbous things.
Yeah,
there. Like there's some fucking. This is where they grow the Abobos. Yeah.
So now we are ready for Secret Area 2.
Yeah, let's go.
Music, Secret Area 2 plays. This place is as fucked as the last place.
I love secret areas.
The background palette is switched to a monochromatic blue. The occasional waterfall is visible in the background. But there's 2 Knife Williams here. They're just chilling. They're hanging out in the secret area of the secret area. They must be food for Abobos. They must all hang out and chill here. They must spawn here. This is where they mate. This is where they eat cereal every morning at 2:30. This is where they get haircuts and 3D print their clothes. This is where the magic happens.
I have one note about this area, and it is in caps. Be sure not to fall weird and die.
Fall weird?
Because there were so many times where I would just kind of like get to the edge of a platform or a cliff, and then he would go straight into that falling animation.
His mouth becomes like the size of his head. It's very awkward looking.
Yeah, he screams as he falls. Did you guys have the screen flashing here, or was that okay? Is that when dynamite is going off?
I think it just does it.
Okay.
I played through Double Dragon like 4 or 5 times in preparation for this podcast.
Of course, you're thorough.
And I thought that as well, but no.
It's a neat effect.
Yeah.
So like Mark said, you reach this cliffside, and then a trio of gray rocks come flying out of the left side of the screen. And you're like, this is a bottomless pit. This game's taught me I can't just jump into those, but there's clearly rocks coming at me. The rocks will fuck you up.
Yeah, you just gotta fall.
Yeah, you fall. My guy falls down. It looks painful when he does this.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, and then he's just okay.
Yeah. I don't think it does any damage.
I jump him off the next level of the cliff, and the same thing happens again. I'm sorry, man. I wish this weren't the only way. I wish I could make you land on the bed of worms instead. Eventually, we reach ground level, but now I have to jump over small pits of what else? Lava, the ultimate enemy of a 7-year-old. Fuck me, another rock comes bouncing out of the left side of the screen. Jesus, please help me. Now it's stalactites that are falling again. That brings us to another bottomless pit.
I guess we've learned now that it's okay to jump in those.
We make our sweet boy jump into oblivion once again. So, like, when he opens his mouth, is he yelling like Stallone? Is he screaming because he's scared? Or because
I think
it looks
so.
cool?
It's the same, like, head sprite that he has when he's, like, been punched twice.
Okay, so he loves this shit. He doesn't fear this shit. He's into jumping off chasms.
He's afraid.
Can he see the bottom, or is he leaping into the unknown? Because we certainly can't.
I've never seen him look down once.
That's a good point.
Huh. He only looks down to kill.
When I reach
nothing to kill yet.
Nothing to kill yet. When I reach the bottom floor, a green-tinted Abobo tears through the wall and wants to fight. No, he wants to kill. He's wearing cute white pants. He pins me against the wall, but I punch him in the dick that is the same height as my face, and he falls over, freeing me.
Why are they green?
Got to be something different, man. They have a low calcium.
these green abobos are the reason why people don't think that video games have a representation problem. It's like, because guys, they put green abobos in Double Dragon.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
I do reverse elbows into his guts until he dies.
Mm-hmm.
We go to Secret Area 3.
Mm-hmm.
Music, Mission 1 plays. We're in Castlevania now. A crescent moon hangs over the night sky against a set of spooky stone cliffs.
This is an excellent use of the soundtrack here, because this part isn't too hard, but you just get to beat ass and feel good about it.
Yeah. The supporting wall is a haunting shade of booger green. A pair of Lindas emerge from a crevasse, and I must fight them. I must kill them. I take her by her hair, knee her in the face, and throw her over the side of the cliff. More Lindas pour out, but all share the same fate. I climb down the makeshift brick ladders and make my way to the bottom of this miserable pile of rocks, a domain where there are no miserable pile of secrets. The bottom floor has a neon purple house concealed beneath the cliffs. I question both the structural integrity and the geologic possibility of such a structure, almost like it's punk rock Petra, but I enter anyway. Victory music, level over.
We win.
What's this house doing down here?
It's a secret entrance to the Shadow Warrior's base. I mean, if you're going to put an entrance to your base, wouldn't you want to have it on the side of a mountain?
Yeah, I guess. Mission 4. Mission start screen. It's a monochromatic green side shot of a columned castle hallway. Mission 4 plays as we exit into a gray slate gray dungeon superstructure with a motherfucking giant skull above the door.
Yeah, it's a sick metal skull.
It's pretty good.
Not a skull from metal, not a skull from the
forgery.
Not a skull made of metal, a skull from metal.
The metal.
The metal.
The metal.
The genre of music.
A pair of blit torches blight the dungeon with their blinding luminescence.
I feel like just by looking at the entire kind of biome here in the Shadow Warriors fortress, that they really believe in some shit, like some Mason adjacent shit maybe.
Yeah, this is like level 6 of Scientology or whatever when you find out about the fucking 747s.
Yeah. Did you notice the arcade entrance?
No.
Here, you come in from the mouth of like a giant stone demon. So there's all kinds of like occult shit going on here. There's some hieroglyphics that line those doors as well.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And also, like, you see this a couple times in the arcade version. There's a large like engraving of a double dragon or a dragon. I don't know if it's a double dragon or not.
Man, it actually looked really good looking game, honestly.
The bricks on the cobblestone wall ahead jut out at random intervals. 3 of them move in succession. I can't get the timing right. Shit. I eventually reload my save state and make it through, then I'm greeted with another version of the exact same thing.
This part sucks.
It's so bad.
The arcade version does have this as well.
Oh, it does? Does it push you off the ledge still?
It's not as deadly, but there are these giant stone minotaurs with spears that try to poke you at the end of each one. It's kind of weird.
They shoot laser blue eyes at you or fire eyes at you.
Yeah, in addition to
there's
spears, all kinds of stuff.
Illuminati-ass open-eye stone carvings.
Yeah.
There's also a bunch of jaundiced chins. I throw most of them into the screaming hole.
Yeah.
Their knife throws no longer frighten me. One of them bounces after I jump kick him into the hole. Soon the magic thumb tells me it's time to go. I walk along the gray cliff ledge and then come to its royal blue stone wall, but then a Bobo bursts out. Oh shit, he's got me cornered on the cliff of Double Dragon like Mario 1. Does not let the player move backwards. What am I going to do?
You know what you can do?
Kick him in the balls and walk past him?
Skip him.
Yes.
Like, just go straight up the ladder and you don't even have to fight this guy.
Yes. But if you do murder him, another one steps out. You gotta kill him too. Then I free solo this stone rock wall in the center of the screen. I climb to a perfectly smooth surface. Machined columns replace stone towers. 3 skulls above 3 holes and 2 swollen ropers protrude from the black abyss. I jump kick these fools until they don't move and evaporate. They keep coming and pouring out of the holes. The holes are full of guys, guy holes. Every guy has a hole, and every hole has a purpose. I love all my holes, such as mouth and eyes. I feel for these roper men who do not have eyes. I wonder if they have ears, and if not, how they achieve such remarkable coordination. Fucking shit, one of them just jumped me when I did a flying jump kick. Double Dragon transitions to a completely new area. It's a blue Eastern-style building with an embedded Buddha head, or possibly Satan. I think. Maybe not. Maybe it's just like a face. All guys have heads, including this one, except not because it's part of the building.
This is the area that's just full of Williams per door. There's like 1 Williams per door, right?
Yeah, multiple Williams. I climb a ladder up the ledge, which doesn't make sense, but whatever, and walk along the edge to some lime green shutters.
Is this just like a place that they built to test Billy's powers so they can get some more data?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like they're all collecting, it gets progressively harder and they unload more, they want Billy to fight an all-world environment, and this simulates every world environment because upcoming there's some saloon doors.
Yeah.
I will spare his life today so that he may tell my story to the sons of those I have killed. I pass through a dip in the architecture, showcasing a night sky full of stars. I climb a ladder on the other side of the building. I reach a columned set of 4 arched windows, each with green mysterious men Men faces placed above. A guy busts out of some saloon doors and punches me in the neck as I descend the ladder. I leap over to the right and board a mechanized vertical platform. This allows safe passage to a ladder that doesn't have a fucking guy at the top of it. The next platform houses a triple set of green doors. I ignore them and leap to the next outdoor elevator platform. I ride that up to another ladder. I keep going up ladders and elevators. I take the final elevator up to a golden palace. The doorway has fangs above it, and above it is half of MF Doom's gladiator mask.
This is the same door that I mentioned earlier that was in the arcade version. Like
so they actually
it's the same
made
design.
it here.
It's just a little bit less elaborate, yeah.
I walk inside.
Yeah.
Music.
Go ahead.
Title theme plays.
Yeah, again, this game's playing the title theme at the exact correct moment.
I get punched in the fucking face.
Yeah. First, you have to fight some Williams. These are the patient zero Williamses? The last two Williams you must fight in this game.
Final Williams. There's a golden plate, fleshy dragon skull in the background. Which what are we playing?
Yes,
Double Dragon.
I guess so.
That's right.
Dragonhead's that. Yeah. So you have to walk the yellow brick road here.
Yeah.
Until you can walk the red carpet, and then it's the final gauntlet, right?
Yes. A blue doorway is visible. We're about to have a showdown.
This is a great showdown room. I love the showdown room. In the arcade version, Marion is tied to the wall.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It opens. Two Abobos erupt out. I kill them.
Yes. How'd you kill them?
Elbows.
Oh, elbows. I was a little bit too. I was scumming my save states here, so I was trying to maintain a lot of health here, because this last part is very difficult. You don't get a checkpoint until after.
No. It opens again. Two knife-wielding, purple-haired chins spilled out. I kill them. It opens again. Two Lindas spill out. I kill them. It opens again. Two Ropers come out. I kill them.
Now they're all dead forever.
It opens again, and one completely naked guy with a purple machine gun waltzes out. Chris, who is this?
This is the supposed leader of the Shadow Warriors, Willie, the man with machine gun.
Not
machine
Williams.
gun
Willie.
Willie.
Is Williams a spawn of Willie? Are they like Bubba Jango Fett clone from his seed?
I don't know. The original story states that the Machine Gun Willie captured Marion to force Billy Lee to give up the secrets of his fighting style. I think that was pulled from the mobile release. But Willie pulled the machine gun because he's like, I've got enough data. Like, I've got all the data I need, and now I need you to stop killing all my friends.
Like,
I'm going to kill you now.
It's a pretty big pants-shitting moment when you get to a beat 'em up and a guy has a clear gun.
Yeah.
And you're not allowed to have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, this is not one of those like guns from Die Hard Arcade. This is like a real ass gun that will just fucking take you out. In the arcade version, did you guys note where Willie is here? It's great.
Nowhere.
He's standing on a balcony up above, and his machine gun is mounted to the wall like he's watching the final.
God, that's good.
Final thing.
I love when the final boss is watching me throughout the game,
and
judging
so
me.
like eventually, I'm not sure what triggers him, but eventually he'll come down to fight along with you. All the guys don't need to be cleared out, and Willie is the final boss of the arcade version. And after you beat him, if there are still like minions left, they'll fucking leave. They'll like walk out
Their
the back
master
door.
is dead.
Yeah,
dude. They're not getting paid anymore. They know that.
It's a nice touch, but Willie has completed his spreadsheet. Now he needs to kill us. Fucking, I can never beat this guy as a kid.
You gotta cheese it. Yeah, as a kid, no way. No, absolutely not.
I know I did at least once or twice, but I can't remember.
MLG shit over here. Mark, look at that. Chris said he beat the game when he was a kid.
I don't.
Well, like I said, I remember beating the game as a kid, but I also remember it being two players. So I think I did. Honestly, when I was playing Double Dragon 2, I think it was Double Dragon 2 that I rented and beat as a kid.
I certainly didn't beat it. Watch him after he falls. When you throw him, this man is not wearing clothes.
Okay, I'll take it. So you have to stay really close to him and cheese him. And then if you can get him in that like the headlock kind of thing, then you can get some pretty good damage on him and eventually take him out. But I was like struggling with him so much that I was like save stating in the middle of the battle.
Yeah.
He was rough.
But after you kill him, the door opens again. A guy who looks like me, but wearing pink with slightly lighter hair, walks out.
He does kind of look like you, actually.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's Jimmy Lee, Billy's brother in the Villain of the NES version. So in the Double Dragon movie, you're bros throughout the entire thing, but your brother gets, like, he disappears in the last third of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But the Shadow Master, what's his name? Shadow. It's not Shadow Lord, that's Nier.
T-1000.
Shadow Boss?
Yeah, Mark's right. Robert Patrick is the villain in this, and he's the Shadow Boss, and he has the power to go 2D and press his shadow into other humans.
Okay,
and he possesses your brother, and you got to fight your fucking brother.
I did see that effect in the bit that I watched.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Not a bad effect.
Yeah. Well,
so I thought it was neat that the movie paid homage to the NES version this way.
Yeah, cool.
Or maybe it was just always going to end. I had to hit him 1,000,000 times for him to die.
Yeah. He's got all your moves. Yeah.
Hard.
Oh, man, he's really annoying.
The final move that you unlock in this game is the spinning roundhouse kick. And it comes after like landing 2 kicks, and like Billy will just automatically jump into a spin kick. It does a lot of damage, but like but it kind of sucks because it gives the enemy an opportunity to do its like fucking duck animation. And so I had to like make sure that I didn't do that, because every time I did that, Jimmy would like back up and kill me. But
Tell you what you're going to do now.
this is the only point in this level or where you get a checkpoint. So if you beat
At least there's a checkpoint.
if you beat Willie and you still have like my goal as a kid was always to try to beat Willie and have one life left, and that way I could beat Jimmy.
His goal as a kid was to beat his Willie. Mark, did you hear him say that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
heard
then
him
beat
say
his
it too.
Jimmy.
That's right.
It happens.
Damn it. So ready to go to the end?
So we kill him. So in the arcade version, if you're playing two players, you must fight each other.
I've got some things to say about this.
Yeah.
So first of all, what is old girl thinking while she is just hanging up on the rope and she's just, so they go at it and they fight each other, right?
Yeah. Hold on, tied up girlfriend. I must defeat my brother in combat.
Yeah.
they're
Does
all
she know
friends.
that they both have a thing for her? And I think she does, because what happens is no matter who wins, doesn't matter. I did it with both. She comes down and just no hesitation plants a smooch right there on your face. Another panty shot, by the way. Why?
Why?
And she doesn't care. The only honorable thing is to neither one of you touch each other, let time run out, both of you die, and she hangs there forever.
That's perfect.
Jesus Christ.
That's great. And she dies on the rope. Everybody dies.
Yes,
It's a good ending.
Yes, it's the Romeo and Juliet of its day.
God damn it.
Except for
perfect.
Billy. Yeah, fuck.
Oh my God. Except one starves to death over the course of like a
Can
week.
you imagine going, say you like were hanging out with your friend, hey, let's go to Pizza Hut and play Double Dragon.
Uh-huh.
And you actually like put, money, $5 of your money, which being 10 is like $1 million.
Yeah.
And you get to the end and you're like, yes, we finally made it. And then a little message pops up and it says, fight each other. And then you like, are you happy when you walk away from that experience? Like someone had to lose at the end?
Let me tell you about a game called A Way Out.
A Way
for the
Out.
PlayStation 4,
Yeah.
the Joseph Fares game.
Yeah.
He made Brothers and also recently It Takes Two.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sensing a theme.
You play two ex-convicts, split screen co-op throughout the entire game.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the very end, it makes you fight to the death. And I'm playing that game with my wife the entire time, and we're on a team with each other. We're having a good time. And then it came time to fight, and I cornered her and loaded a shotgun into her face until she died.
Did you feel bad?
No.
Okay.
Oh man, I'd feel awful.
I was the victor.
Well, maybe not
I had to win.
if it was my
I
wife.
played to win. Mark, you taught me to play to win. You play to win.
That's true. You're right. You do play to win. You're right. You're right. I can't believe.
I didn't want to disrespect her by throwing the match.
But the thing was, you didn't know that was gonna. You're playing this game. That's I don't know.
This cooperative game that suddenly becomes competitive.
It's sort of a mind fuck, especially if, like I said, you dumped your 5. You're like, this is going to be a great experience for us. And you're like, I can't wait to go home and eat the pizza. And then you're like, you can fucking go home and eat your fucking pizza.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Why don't you go to fucking bed?
Call my mom. I want to pick me up, mom. I don't want to be here
I must stay in the
anymore.
night.
I have a similar anecdote. Have you guys played the another beat 'em up? God bless it. Castle Crashers.
God bless the ring. No.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I love that game.
Castle Crashers is really good. It may be like a top 5 beat 'em up, but I think we'll save that conversation.
I
for
know
another
the
day.
guy that made some music for it.
Oh, cool. Thanks,
Chris,
Mark.
you and I
He's from Louisville.
played
Oh.
Dynamite Cop. Like that. At the end of that, you fight each other too.
That's true,
right?
yeah.
I think that's just a thing in beat 'em ups.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Castle Crasher deploys that like every time you rescue one of the princesses, and you have to fight to see who gets the smooch or whatever. And I play that game with my kids, and like they don't like to lose, and so I'm like, oh, let's play a co-op game, so I don't have to like piss them off by beating them.
Yeah.
And then that happens, so I have to kind of cheese it so I don't make anybody mad.
Let's talk about this ending.
Yeah, this ending. Yeah,
ending theme
There is
plays.
no ending in the arcade version, by the way. It just says, "May they happily live ever after," or "May they live happily ever after."
Yeah.
After Jimmy evaporates.
I like Mark. Sorry, I like Mark's ending better, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's much better. That's the ultimate.
Yeah.
After Jimmy evaporates, I am teleported to a fairly standard 80s bedroom. A twin bed with yellow sheets is against the wall, signaling this is a single person's apartment. This place also features a nice orange couch, a potted palm tree, and a coffee table with a cat sleeping underneath it. Curiously, there's a coat hanger with a vest of a guy I just killed hanging up next to the bed. The woman in the red dress, who punks beat the shit out of, Marion, sits up in the bed and looks at me. She walks over, moving very slowly. She stands next to me and looks into my eyes, then puts her hands on my chest. Our heads get close together, simulating a kiss, and the double dragon pumps one tiny heart out of our heads. It flutters and flies away. We stop kissing and have a staring contest as the music fades.
Great.
Credits music.
Credits.
Kiss.
Good video game.
Great game.
God bless it. God bless the rain.
Amazing music, amazing experience. I give it an 8 out of 10.
Oh, thanks for
Rated
that.
8 points.
I wasn't going to score it, but I will give it a lot of credit for the. I love the leveling up system. I love the ability to be limited to your basic moves at the beginning of the game. I think that's really interesting, and I also really love how this game, as I've said, deploys its music at the right time.
God bless this thing.
Yes. Let's consult the RealNet first. Actually,
Okay, great.
Consult the RealNet.
Mark, do you want to consult the RealNet?
Hey, yeah, RealNet, let's consult.
Initializing RealNet.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks.
I gotta stop saying that because I'm gonna have to fucking drop a thing every time I say.
Well, he's right here. You should
I
just say
know.
you're welcome.
What?
It's your fault, Mark.
It is my fault. What? Are you my dad?
I'll just drop those after.
John Doe says, bad dudes, but I'm a fan of Crude Buster. Yeah, is Crude Buster two crude dudes?
I'm not familiar with Crude Buster. Mark, do you know what that is?
No, actually, I'm very intrigued.
That looks like two crude dudes, like because there's Japanese text on there.
I wonder if
it's
that's
a Genesis game.
Yeah, I would assume that's maybe related.
They're probably telling you at the bottom of the chat right now.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out.
Excuse me, it's not the chat, it's the RealNet.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Please edit my foolish mistake.
Wayne says pork adobo. Get it? Adobo, pork adobo, like the dish. It's a Mexican dish.
I don't eat pork.
Well, you can
I'm
eat
sorry.
adobo with chicken too.
Okay. Well,
Listen to this condescending motherfucker.
I don't like the way it tastes.
No,
I like it in pepperoni.
No,
form.
I totally understand. That made me hungry, even though I just ate somehow.
What did you eat? Double Dragon.
Double Dragon 9.
Double Dragon 9, yes.
Mark literally ate at a place called Double Dragon 9 tonight.
John Doe says, I love this game's canon. Is the Evil Street Gang has the same motivation as the Umbrella Incorporated.
Yes. Just straight up evil corporation shit.
Absolutely.
John Doe says, oh shit, what if Jimmy is actually a shadow clone of Bimmy and they sent him they set him loose to let him master a fighting style for combat data reasons, and then he went rogue, and this whole thing is a plot to kill him so Bimmy can reabsorb these sick moves.
Damn, you should have killed yourself.
There is like an absorption shadow creature in the next game, so
yes,
we'll
I have things to say about that too.
Yeah, we'll get there. Lobsop Doy says, I choose to go out on my own terms. They reject toxic masculinity, like the
Nice.
ending of Mark's version of the ending.
Smooth rejection of that philosophy and thesis.
SSD Ninja says, thanks, Mark.
You're welcome, SSD Ninja.
All right, y'all ready for this next one?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yes.
Double Dragon 2 The Revenge.
It is
You
also
guys.
made by Technos. The NES port also made by Technos, but it was published by Acclaim in the United States.
Oh, yeah.
Released to the NES in January of 1990, but I bought my copy from Mark in 2018.
I didn't remember that.
You
Oh,
sold it to me with Contra. I came to your place of business.
Oh,
to
that's.
buy it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. I had the doubles.
I think I got Goonies 2 as well. Double Dragon 2 also got 2 12-second NES commercials
yeah, they're
on your
sick.
television. Listen to them right now.
Double Dragon 2, The Revenge. Full power for your NES. 9 incredible missions, 2-player simultaneous action. Double Dragon 2 from Acclaim, the best action game ever. Double Dragon 2, The Revenge for your Nintendo Entertainment System. The best action game ever from Acclaim.
So
Doesn't
guys,
one of them describe it as like the best action game ever or something of that nature?
something like
yeah,
that.
It's really good.
Or
They-
not if it just played it and they didn't say that, but it was a bit hyperbolic.
Yeah,
you
like-
didn't see a lot of video game commercials.
No, but
honestly.
Double Dragon at this point was like an exploitable brand, or at least it was coming into that.
This game is much better. NES games got so much better as time went on. Also, you can do proper 2-player now.
Thank God. The box art, sick.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's super sick. And it also, if you played the arcade version and saw that, you'd be like, huh?
Yeah, true.
So after the first stage, Double Dragon 2 on the NES deviates heavily from the arcade version. It's basically a different game.
Yep.
Again, lots of versions, but attention in particular should be called to the PC Engine CD version that animates sequences from the NES's 8-bit cutscenes and also features voice acting. Best of all, this version has a reworked soundtrack, which is extremely early 90s CD. I think Mark called it city pop for the Japanese.
It sounds,
genre of
I mean,
music.
I'm not saying that's like what they were going for or whatever, but it really reminded me of like the city, what they call city pop
I
genre
love it.
of music.
Here's a sample. Thanks. The
Thanks.
rest of it's going to be NES music.
Yeah, the PC Engine game sounds great and looks great, but didn't you guys check it out?
Oh, yeah. I played it.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
little swimmy.
Swimmy, yeah. Swimmy
Like-
and Jimmy.
Well, I played it through a optical drive emulator, and it played the music, but all the fucking sound effects were gone. Like
Yeah.
I fucked up the files or something.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't really have a tactile connection with it, but I don't think it's looked upon fondly from a gameplay.
I watched a playthrough of it, and it didn't quite like it didn't look like it played bad. But after you guys said that, I was curious about that.
Yeah.
Did you play it, Mark?
Yeah, and honestly, I probably would have sat and finished it if the cutscenes were in English, and I realize I have the luxury of using my phone to possibly translate those. But I was intrigued. I did want to know what was happening, and while it didn't feel as good, and I especially noticed because I played the arcade version directly after this, it didn't feel as good as that. I still thought it was pretty serviceable.
Yeah, like a lot of PC Engine titles, PC Engine CD, there are curious oddities
Yeah.
that are interesting from a historical standpoint.
That game sets up the story of there being of a nuke falling on New York
Yes,
City.
it actually outright says that. It's the background for the movie as
Yeah.
well.
And there is an image of the head of the Statue of Liberty impaled on the Empire State Building.
Hell yes.
It's fucking weird. Like it's one step beyond like the Parasite Eve crying tears of blood Statue of Liberty thing. Like it's wild.
It's better than Escape from New York's fallen Statue of Liberty head.
It's better than Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes Abraham
that movie.
Lincoln monkey statue.
Title screen, music, title screen plays.
Yeah.
Text says Double Dragon 2, The Revenge.
It's not the same theme song as Double Dragon 1, but it's
No.
still good.
Yeah, it's still pretty good. It's not as iconic.
It's
but
actually
good.
the same melody.
Is it?
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it goes dun 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 dun, and it's actually kind of I think what became the canon for the title track, or not canon, but you know what I mean. It's what
Yeah.
they use because they use that in the Neo Geo arcade fighter. I think that there's like kind of pseudo a version of that was used in the movie itself in some way. And it's the weird because it's way better in Double Dragon 1 in my opinion. Like it's way more in your face but this is this kind of like laid back weird. I don't know what kind of genre to call it, but yeah, it is. It has the same melody. In
Yeah,
it,
you're right. Actually,
Fight music.
it's a little like poppier and lighter than the NES one.
Right. Yeah.
You press start, 1P, 2PA, 2PB.
2PB, is that just B is where you can beat each other up, right?
I guess so. I didn't actually try
I think so. That's the way it usually is in Battletoads as well.
Then you get difficulty selection. Practice, Warrior, and Supreme Master are your selections.
Yeah.
Now, as I understand it, practice, you can't actually beat the game in it.
Well, with practice, it goes up to the helicopter level.
Okay.
With, what was the middle one called? Warrior?
Warrior.
Goes up until the final boss, but you can't fight the final boss, and Supreme Master lets you fight the final
that
boss.
sucks.
Fucking mad would you be?
Oh my God.
This was only the case in the US release.
Okay.
The Japanese release allowed you to play all the way through. It actually,
Well-
the platforming sections in the Japanese in the Famicom version are actually different based on the difficulty, but you cannot access those easier platforming sections on the NES release because you can't even get to those levels. with
This
the
was
game.
still deep in the era where localization teams were fighting the rental markets by artificially increasing the difficulty of games.
Yeah, I think you're right. That was one of the reasons that I saw that was cited as well, which actually can kind of contrast with the idea of like, Americans are like lost levels. Super Mario Brothers 2 actual is
Yeah.
too hard for Americans, or Final Fantasy 4 is too hard for Americans, stuff like that. So those two ideas conflict. In this case, we got the fucking hard version of this.
Press start. Cut scene theme plays. So there's a story in the manual and a story in the actual game. We're going with game canon
Yeah.
because they differ slightly.
I've got all the words here. You mean to read them?
Sure.
In 19X, should I do a voice?
If you want to do the
what?
harsh voice, that's
Yeah. You definitely should
absolutely
do a
you should
voice.
do a voice.
Okay.
Quick question before you start, though.
Yeah.
If it says 19XX, does that mean it's a prequel to Mega Man, which takes place in 20XX?
I was going to ask you the same question.
Yes.
Yes. In 19XX, violence ruled the streets of New York City after the nuclear war. Even with the crime syndicates growing bigger every year, two young men were brave enough to challenge them. While their names were Billy and Jimmy Lee, people called them the Double Dragon. And yet, the Dragons had one terrible enemy. To fight against him was the destiny and fate of Double Dragon. One day, Shadow Warriors attacked the city and Billy's girlfriend, Marion, was killed in a Nintendo game.
Shit, dude. They killed the Marion we just rescued?
Yes, and
Bullshit.
as all this is happening, like you see a kind of a Ninja Gaiden kind of like
8-bit cutscene.
8-bit cutscene. There you go, of a ninja approaching a buxom Marion and murder. They don't show her being murdered, but they say that she was murdered.
Well, yeah, they show an aggrieved face after she's taken.
Yeah. The Double Dragon swore to avenge her death. Let's go, Double Dragons.
I have a couple things to say about that. One is, if you think that typo is bad, wait till I know we're not doing Double Dragon 3, but wait till we get to Double Dragon 3. And then, Bimmy and Jimmy. And also, this is confusing, and I think I didn't realize this. So it states in the story that she's dead, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't show it in this one. It shows it in the arcade version.
The arcade is brutal.
It's super brutal. But so what's the deal with the cover where he's holding the girl?
I'm pretty sure the art team had not played the game.
Yeah.
In a lot of cases here. Like it was commissioned based on an idea.
Yeah, I don't think that it was...
I'm sure you're right. I was just hoping maybe there was a more interesting explanation.
The box art is a prequel, basically.
I played through it to see if she came back to life, because I was like, NES game from this era, she comes back to life.
We'll get there.
Yeah. Okay, do you want to talk about the arcade opening real quick?
Sure.
Hey, did you watch it?
No.
It opens exactly like the Double Dragon 1, where Marion is standing there outside of the fucking English... I don't know if she's actually standing outside the English tier, but it's outside of a garage
Just
door.
right for
Well, no,
abduction.
they're on a helicopter, like, hangar thing.
Yeah.
Because they swapped their Road Avenger car for a bitchin' helicopter.
Yeah.
Is it the helicopter from Cobra Command?
It looks just like the Road Avenger car, except helicopter form. It's like a masked vehicle.
A masked vehicle. 3 Shadow Warriors approach Marion as she's just standing there in the middle of the street. It's Machine Gun Willie. He's back, the man with the machine gun. It's Burnov, who we'll meet later. He's the BDSM mask man.
Hell yeah.
And also Chin is here. Willie just fucking, in-game cutscene, mows her down.
They
Like,
just
shoots her.
straight killed her.
Yes.
And, once again, does she not learn to see these people coming slowly from a mile away?
Last time she's taken, you were super pissed off. If they kill her, imagine how pissed off you'll be for revenge. This time you get your brother with you, too.
It's a really cold and brutal scene because there's no dialogue, there's no emotion, there's no anything. They just kill her and they walk away slowly.
I was looking up a synopsis of the story, and it said, as they murder Miriam, and then I clicked on her name, and it took me to a description of disposable woman.
From like a trope? Yeah. Yeah, I mean that is what she is in this in this game. And I think they try to give her a backstory and stuff in the movie, right? Wasn't she like a freedom fighter or something?
Oh, she had her own gang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she had short hair, but it
was Alyssa Milano.
Game
that's right.
Based on the movie, she had looked different. Anyways, whatever.
Like I said, it's cold and brutal, and it's kind of sad in the way that this trope plays out. But it's absolutely hilarious. Is when she dies, she like flashes away, like what happens when we kill people.
Like with the enemies.
Yeah, it's.
That means
funny.
her clone's out there somewhere. Mission 1, music. Mission 1 plays. The nuclear apocalypse has rendered all the city streets a lovely shade of lavender. Building B11 behind me is blue. The shipping crates are golden yellow. I hope this entire game looks like this discordant, disharmonious wasteland of color shit. Holy shit. 2 identical looking guys, both Williams with red hair, start doing cartwheels out of the screen.
Yeah.
Immediately you know this game's leveled itself up because guys are doing cartwheels.
Yeah, and the cartwils really serve no purpose. They don't do any damage. I think it does make them invincible during those cartwheels.
They have iframes in their cartwheels.
Yeah. This is the birth of iframes. But I think they did it to show off, to flex a little bit.
They stepped up in the arcade version heavy, too. The sound on this hardware, it's amazing. The sprites look much better. Like, back then, a year was like a huge difference in presentation. And I imagine it's the exact same hardware. They just could work it better.
That kind of comes through in the NES version as well.
And that's another reason why I think the NES, this is probably the version that I rented as a kid and beat, because I got way warmer feelings from this music, from this stage.
Yeah.
It resonated with your inner soul.
Yeah.
I perform flying jump kicks at them, and instantly I can feel Double Dragon 2's inherent superiority. Guys fly further, smacks sound better. I feel more limber, more agile, and I flying knee everyone in the neck.
The flying knee, how successfully are you able to get the flying knee off?
I got a hang of it as time went on.
It's hard.
For the most part.
And as I mentioned, I'm playing the Arxis collection here. In that game, the one nice thing that collection does is that it puts the A plus B on a shoulder button, so you can just press it and not fuck it up. And I still struggle with the timing. Like I feel like I was better at the timing when I was a kid.
It's pretty strict timing, even with doing the
Cyclone kick.
Yeah.
I guess we should mention the 3 kind of special moves in this game. We talked about the controls yet?
No, not necessarily for this one.
So you press A to attack to the right of the screen. You press B to attack to the left, depending on where your character is positioned.
Positional, context sensitive.
Yeah, he'll punch if it's forward. He'll kick if it's backwards. And there's like 3 super moves. And by the way, all the super moves have extraordinary sounds to them, like the like
the
the
hot sound, you might say.
They're very good.
The sound design in this game in general, both the arcade and the NES version, are great.
Yeah, so there's the uppercut that you can execute as you're getting up off the ground or out from a crouching position on a jump. There is the cyclone kick that Mark mentioned, and there is the flying knee, the hyper knee as I called it. I don't know if that's what it's actually called, but I think that's the best move in the game. Like, you can take a lot of enemies out in like 2 or 3 hits.
It probably is.
Yeah. And it's beautiful. But you've still got your traditional jump kick, but it doesn't automatically extend the foot when you jump. You actually have to jump and then press a button in order to get that kick off. There's a couple different variations of the chokehold, knee to the face thing. You can throw them over the shoulder like you could in Double Dragon 1, but you can also kick them directly in the face and kick them straight up, and you can also elbow them in the back of the head.
I think the combat has really stepped up a lot. Like, it feels really pleasing to do any punch, kick, any connect.
Yeah, and we should point out too that like the context-sensitive directional attacks, that actually originated with the original Kunio-kun / Renegade.
Like last year with Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima, you could really feel mature software on a mature hardware platform, and this game came out, 9 years after the original Famicom came out, so they really had an idea of what the system could be pushed to do.
Yep.
After their deaths, the magic hand once more appears, this time bundled with a sound that my first car made when I didn't buckle my seatbelt. I move on and see the skyline. It's a beautiful mixture of orange and yellow, the perfect offset for purple and gold. A shirtless man in green camo pants with a bandana appears. It's Roper, my old nemesis. I do a spinning jump kick and bash his head in.
Question about Roper this time around. Does he have spikes on his overalls like Legion of Doom, or is that...
I think so.
Okay.
I hit the next Roper in the head and send him flying back 35 feet. His clones continue to pour out of the sides of the screen, but who am I to question the armies of the Shadow Warriors? A white stripe arbitrarily starts to coat the floor. I'm distracted by it momentarily, right until I notice a mohawked lady. It's Linda.
Yeah.
She's crawling down.
Her jumpsuit is more, like, visible now. Like, you can actually tell what she's wearing this time, whereas last time it looked like she was wearing overalls.
Yeah.
I talked about how much I love the chin sprite, but these sprites are objectively better when it comes to, like, they're bigger, they're more colorful, and they all really pop.
I've battled Lindas, but they don't have their whips yet. I fight in front of a building that says, FAF dies, FAF dies.
FAF dies.
Mark, what's FAF stand for?
Frequently asked future.
Great.
Frequently, yeah, okay. Yeah. That's a moving Pokemon.
Lindas are smarter than Roper and Williams, frequently ducking my all-powerful jump kicks. Once they're dead, 2 motherfucking Williams cartwheel in from each side simultaneously. I murder them too and climb the ladder of this blue building, building B11. On top are purple buildings with an orange door marked FMFES. Fignet, what's that stand for?
Initializing FakeNet.
Federally mandated fornication education systems.
As soon as I reach the top, the door opens and 2 Lindas spill out. One of them finally has her trademark whip.
She's got a mace on the end of it now, a spiky ball on the end of it.
A spiky ball. Is it an actual name for that? It's not a Morning Star, is it?
I think it is
a spiky ball whip, or like a devil's tail.
I don't think a Morning Star has to necessarily have be on the end of a whip. I think it can be a straight thing, but I'm not sure.
I do an uppercut, and it simultaneously hits both of them. Excellent. Rather than imagine the logistics of this maneuver, I move on.
I used my long-range back kicks to kick her in the gut and take her mace. I beat her with the mace. I hope my wife doesn't read these notes.
That's right. I submitted as evidence in court.
I have a note about this moment where around here, I just noticed that this track slaps.
I continue on. Now the roof has a knife set of white stripes against its purple paint. 2 Williams spill out of the Faf Dies Fess elevator.
Yes.
Their cartwheel shit no longer impresses me, and I let my guard down. That's when they start throwing some fucking knives. I take 3 to the face, but I am not phased. I know I can survive this.
You know what the difference in the knife physics between Double Dragon 1 and Double Dragon 2?
What's that?
Like, when you get hit by a knife in Double Dragon 1, the knife is gone forever. It is impaled into your head. Mm-hmm. Whereas in this game, the knife just bounces off your head.
Yeah, and it makes a distinct sound when it does that too.
Yeah.
Listen to it right now.
The dropping sound. It's great.
I climb the purple ladder to the next level. Literally, it's a single girder with a bunch of storage bay doors on a 2D plane. Before I can imagine the utility of this, a roper comes out to fight me. I knee him until he dies. I ascend to the next level and do the same thing to 2 Williamses, one of which has a fucking blue pipe.
That's a great quote out of context.
I just want to say, Eric's narration is going to be great when the Double Dragon music is playing.
I knee him till he dies. That should be the
murder
the title
synonyms.
of a new...
It was at this point in the game, the first time I played, or the first time for this podcast that I replayed Double Dragon 2, that I started to realize that, out of any beat 'em up that I've played recently, and especially in the vicinity of Double Dragon is like Double Dragon 2 has like the weightiest characters that I've seen in a beat 'em up. Like
Pretty chunky.
You don't feel like you're necessarily moving around like just a hitbox. You feel like there's characters that have weight that will fall and they take time to get up, and there's like a lot of collision detection.
Yeah.
It looks and feels great, and I don't even think that was like something that was taken forward like in the once Capcom and others started copying this formula.
I approach a wide open area against a yellow fence in the sunset sky. New music, boss music plays as Burnoff emerges.
Yeah, Burnoff's here. He's a large Abobo-looking guy, but he's got this BDSM mask on.
He's got like a cross chest strap too.
Yeah, he's also got some like Legion of Doom, Road Warriors kind of thing going on.
It's
here.
like a metal hat, but it's a winter hat that goes over your ears.
Is he related to Karnov?
I wonder,
He
right?
kind of looks like Karnov.
A little bit.
I feel like that's Karnov's boy, Burnoff.
Burnoff and Karnov. I got some Burnoff facts from the Fandom Wiki.
Does it explain why he has blue shoes?
The source of all knowledge. According to Koji Ogata, the graphic designer who worked on several Double Dragon titles, including the arcade version of Double Dragon 2, Burnoff is just a modified sprite of Abdullah the Butcher, a real-world professional wrestler from the West that was planned to appear in WWF Superstars, another Technos game. Abdullah didn't actually appear in WWF Superstars. He was exclusively created for the game in his early stages of development before the WWF license was acquired, and remained as an unused asset until the sprite was repurposed for Double Dragon 2, where Burnoff was given an outfit that was possibly based off the costume of Lord Humongous from Mad Max 2: The Road Warrior. Is that what his name is? Humongous? It's been a long time since I've seen Mad Max 2.
In the last 2 or 3 years. I don't remember.
Ogata also stated that Burnoff's mask was based off the helmet of RoboCop.
He does have kind of like a dark visor, right?
Yeah, and in the arcade version, it really looks like RoboCop's helmet.
Yeah, you're right.
When he dies, he double dies. He makes a disintegration noise, then he comes back.
Well, okay, at first he doesn't come back, but yes, okay, so you're beating him, and then he gets back up, and I noticed before he dies, he gets back up super fast, and then you're like, oh, what's happening?
Yeah.
And then it's him getting up just to disintegrate.
Okay, so that's what happens.
And then
like,
later on, he gets back up sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like, I don't, like, you feel like the disintegration thing was supposed to be a gimmick that was used in battle, but it's really just an animation that's used to, like, signify the halfway point of this battle and the end point of this battle.
Yeah. Also, when he dies, he actually disintegrates, but his helmet is left behind while all the rest of his clothes evaporate. What do we read into this?
The helmet is RoboCop's helmet. It's not part of his soul. It literally is.
Those the machine parts are?
He's been to Detroit.
I have to imagine it's some sort of tech flex.
Yes. You know what? I think you're right there. Burnoff's profile in the Neo Geo game, he's normally quiet but a killing machine when excited. This seems to be a reference to Mr. Hart from the classic manga anime series Fist of the North Star. Mr. Hart is normally a polite gentleman, but when excited, he becomes a homicidal maniac.
John Wick, don't set him off.
Burnoff is the first openly gay video game boss.
What?
I just made that up, but the Game Boy Advance manual states that Burnoff has preference for romantic relationships with the same gender.
Game Boy Advance? That's pretty progressive for the time, right?
Oh, by the way, the Game Boy Advance version of Double Dragon it's a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, do we read in, here's the first gay video game character, kill him.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, there is the, what would you call it earlier? Disposable woman, but there's also a trope called kill your gays.
Yeah, right.
Well, media from this time period, most gay characters got killed for one reason or another, usually for no reason.
Music, Mission Clear plays to reward our hate crime. Mission 2, music, cutscene theme plays. There's an 8-bit cutscene. A helicopter hovers above a midnight city. Go for broke, B-R-O-A-K, spray paint on a concrete retaining wall.
Cool.
Text accompanies it.
They're escaping in the chopper. You'll never make it.
Mission 2, at the heliport. Music, Mission 2 plays. Where are we at?
They're at the heliport.
We're at the heliport. I have just stepped out of a building with a green door. The door says PH1, and the navy blue building says EAU nut. What does EAU mean? Extended Asshole Universe?
Yes, that's it.
EAU? Yeah, that's what it is, yeah.
The city background has a black night sky on top with the green city skyline wearing it like a hat. I jump from this purple rooftop to the next rooftop. Also, I can destroy 2 roper men. I ignore the other PH1 door and climb down the gold pipe of this PH1 building.
Yeah, these whole things are full of, they have like very large pipes running on the outside. What's up with the plumbing here?
Perfect for climbing.
Are these
Outdoor
gutters?
plumbing.
I just want to note that in the arcade version, this is stage 1, and stage 1 is stage 2 in the arcade version.
Damn it, they've switched it.
Yes.
I walk across another gold pipe, then jump to a different gold pipe to take down to 2 more foolish ropers. The blue building behind us looks like it's made out of Legos. I uppercut a roper off the ledge and tried to imagine the sound it makes when his body makes contact with the cool night sidewalk.
Yes, they didn't forget where their bread is buttered. They allow you to knock people off the edge of buildings.
Fake net in your mind, what's that sound like?
Initializing fake net.
Kind of like.
I climb up more gold pipes only to reach the rooftop I could have probably jumped over to just 5 minutes ago. Out of fucking nowhere, a green helicopter appears.
Behind D.
Behind D.
I have that exact same note.
It shoots contra bullets.
It's a PH-1 helicopter.
Yeah.
It's blasting at me contra bullets. God damn it.
It's also a temporary monster closet, by the way.
Yeah.
Because guys just start pouring out of it.
It spills out 2 Lindas and I need them off the rooftop, but one drops dynamite. Fucking shit. Once they're dead, 2 Williams spill out.
I think they're grenades.
Oh, they are?
Yeah,
Instead of dynamite
and
this
the
time?
difference between like all of the explosives in this game than Double Dragon 1 is they don't explode on impact. Like if you throw a stick of dynamite or a
There's a
grenade at
time.
somebody, it'll just bounce off their head.
I take Williams' pipe from him and kill them with his own pipe, but then 2 new henchmen debut. What are their names,
Their
Chris?
names are Right Arm.
Hell yes. They're wearing a lot of belts and shit across their chests and also have on sunglasses and black leather gloves.
These are the first actual martial artists that we've encountered. Like everybody else is just kind of like a street thug
They're
who
dudes.
like knows. Yeah.
Yeah.
But these guys actually have like roundhouse kicks, and they're kind of like I wouldn't call them bosses, but they're like kind of mid-boss type things.
In the arcade version, I feel like this version of the enemy kind of just looked like one of the brothers.
It was Jeff, I think.
Oh,
Jeff is the head swap of the brothers. Yeah. So I
see. Okay.
So for some reason they just didn't want to fucking put Jeff in any of the NES versions. I'm not sure. What do you got against Jeff? Miyamoto.
Right arm, me ask Miyamoto.
Miyamoto,
I don't know.
he has a hate journal about him.
A hate journal. These guys hit hard and their blocking pose is cool as shit. They basically get in a 3-point stance, hand pressed to the earth to communicate with nature and absorb its power.
Also a note on Right Arm. I don't have any fun facts about Right Arm because Right Arm only appears in the NES
It'd be
version.
sick if he had 2 right arms.
Yeah, it would be. But has he like forsaken his name because he's the right arm of the Shadow?
Absolutely.
Or the Shadow Warriors?
Yeah.
His graphical assets are present in the game data for the PC Engine version, but they didn't use them.
Cool. The helicopter is out of guys, so it flies away.
It doesn't just turn around.
I move to
Try
the yeah, it keeps going.
It's not like bullets too.
I move to the right and find a long gold beam in the black of night.
Yeah.
Green and blue helicopter. RS-11 is here, but it hasn't taken off yet. 2 ropers present themselves and I kill them, and then I kill more ropers. Then 2 actual ninjas run in from each side of the screen. This looks sick as shit.
Yeah, these guys are unfair too, a little bit.
They're wearing purple ninja outfits, but their long brown hair is free and flowing in the wind. They also run in the ninja pose, just like ninjas.
They're running, they're jumping, they're doing backflips, all kinds of things that you would want to see in an NES game and be like,
Yeah.
I want to be able to do that with my character.
In the early 90s, it's hard to undersell how sick ninjas were.
I mean,
you had
ninjas are
Turtles
still
going,
sick,
you
right?
had American
Yeah.
ninjas going.
Yeah,
I know,
they-
but they're in the zeitgeist at the time more
Yeah.
than they are now, right?
Yeah.
They do giant flips. The screen then shakes and the helicopter takes off.
Did you have trouble with these guys?
Yeah.
They're hard.
They're ninjas. Of course
Yeah.
they're hard.
You can take them out pretty quickly with 2 knees, but I can never get my timing down, so I had trouble with these dudes the first time.
Music, mission clear plays.
Our revenge is complete, by the way, because the ninja killed Marion, and we killed the ninja.
Well, there's
so-
many ninjas.
No, there's only one.
You must just kill all the clones. 8-bit cutscene, music, cutscene theme plays.
Hold it!
Just yes, the screaming face.
You'll never escape from us!
That's Bimmy with his hand reaching toward the sky.
Mark, do your best grasp sound.
It's a hand grabbing a helicopter's landing bar. Do that again. That was good.
Good one. The chopper escaped into the neon-filled night.
Mission 3, Battle in the Chopper. Music, Mission 3 plays.
I love this level.
A chopper rumble is audible but not actually part of the level music, but we're going to include it because we value authenticity. We open in a small blue room plastered with metallic surfaces. A door on the left swings open and 2 right arms are ready to rumble.
Who is flying this thing?
Left arm.
Oh, okay, got it. The
That it was a slow burn for me.
the PC Engine version of this game actually has 2 screens, and you actually go fight in the cockpit.
Really?
Yeah.
Is
And
there anybody flying it?
No, the cutscene indicates that it's on autopilot.
Okay,
so that
good.
explains everything that we're
Yeah.
about to experience in the NES version.
I walk over to the chopper door, and these fools follow me. It opens and sucks them out.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, I'm sorry. What-
Okay.
Yeah. Suck them out. Yeah. In the PC Engine version, once they grasp onto the helicopter flies and then it docks in a floating airship. like a giant cartoon airship with like this. It's got like a minivan
Oh, it's
sliding
like
door.
the blockade runner in Star Wars is absorbed by the starship.
Yeah, something like that. And then the helicopter lands there, and that's where we're doing all the fighting. Like that's why there's enough room to fight, because there's not that much room on a helicopter. And in this one, it's weird.
But it was impressive that Double Dragon 2 lets the player do this. Usually shit like that would only be in the arcade version of a game.
Yeah.
Two Williamses walk in to take revenge. I hope this whole level is just me tossing guys out the chopper door as if it were a clown car. Ha ha ha, fuck it, lets me do it. Another Williams walks in. The door opens and sucks him out. Then a Bobo walks in.
This is actually not a Bobo. He's of the Abobo race. But
I was going to say, he has hair and a sick-ass handlebar mustache.
His name is Bolo. He looks a little bit different in the arcade version.
Is it only Bolo? Is Bobo in this game, or is it only Bolo?
It's only Bolo, but he's a Bobo in spirit.
He picks me up and throws me backwards over his head, but the door opens and sucks his ass out. I consider this a crucial victory.
That I really like the throw over the head backwards move.
I call it his patented donkey flip, but actually, according to the Phantom Wiki, that is called his atomic throw. And I think this was supposed to be in the NES version for a Bobo, but they couldn't get it in.
Yeah, they couldn't render it properly. So then the door opens, and what'd you call him, Bolo?
Bolo.
He walks back in, and I know it's probably a second one, but it's way funnier to imagine he got thrown out and then climbed his way back in to fight some more. It's just the same guy.
Yeah.
He punches me, but the door opens. His sprite vibrates as he appears to struggle with the indomitable wind, but it sucks him out all the same.
So some Bolo facts now that we've killed Bolo twice.
Mission clear, please.
Yes. Bolo is named after the Enter the Dragon villain of the same name, played by Yang Zi, who went on to adopt the name Bolo Young as his stage name, making him the fourth enemy character in the series named after a character from this film, the others being, of course, Williams and Roper from the first game. And there is a character also named O'Hara in this game, I think only in the arcade version, that is also named after somebody in that movie. Bolo, in the NES version, Bolo replaces Jik, who is the Mr. T guy.
We gotta stop saying Jik. I'm pretty sure that's a slur in some language. I don't like it.
I thought so too. I looked it up. I couldn't find any information about it.
So we can just say Jik out loud and not get like canceled.
We should bleep it just in case.
You're kidding me.
You, Mark.
He has Bolo has unused graphics for lifting up large objects, which weren't used. The manual for the Mega Drive port of Double Dragon 2 identifies Bolo as a Bobo.
The Mega Drive port's a straight arcade port, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's interesting because it sounds like the PC Engine version is more modeled after the NES version.
Yeah, it came out years later, I think. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. According to Muneki Ininuba's commentary, who worked on this game, Bolo was supposed to appear in Double Dragon Advance along with Abdor, who we'll get to later, Baker, Right Arm, and a miniature variant of a Bobo called Kobobo. So, great, Bolo brothers. 8-bit cutscene.
The cutscene theme plays. The green chopper is approaching an island of warm light of morning.
The chopper is landing on a mysterious island.
Mission 4, undersea base.
The chopper is landing on a mysterious base.
Music.
It's time to go into the mysterious base.
Mission 4 plays. We're on an oversea base, perhaps not as similar to Big Shell from Metal Gear Solid 2.
Can we stop and talk about the cogs of fate when they begin to turn?
Okay.
Because like a lot of things are happening in Double Dragon 2. Our girlfriend was murdered in front of our garage.
That's right.
We beat up everyone in the neighborhood until we got to the heliport.
That's right.
Then we hijacked a helicopter that was high on autopilot and had sentient doors that flew us to a secret base.
Yeah, that sounds right. Because the henchmen, like these are like the main henchmen left. The dregs of the henchmen, like Squad B, was being taken away by the helicopter.
Yes.
So we rode that to the base.
Do you want to know why I'm an idiot?
Yes.
I knew that we were going to
to
be mostly talking about the NES versions, but I felt compelled to play through the arcade version.
That adds rich texture, Mark. Please tell us about
Yeah,
the
but the
arcade.
thing is, we are telling different stories.
Oh.
Yeah. So what story are you telling, Mark?
Well, I'm going to just do a quick synopsis. It's very similar. Like I said, you start off in the helicopter, whatever, hangar, whatever you want to call it. It's where rich people park their helicopters.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you move to, I guess, what's identified as the first stage in the NES version. But is there a farm ever?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to not talk about that. But there's a Duke Nukem looking dude in suspenders. He's in one of the bosses.
Yeah, he's in this game too, I think, in the NES game.
And there's like some crazy looking Mel Gibson dudes that are probably better people than Mel Gibson, but yeah, that are very prominent enemies that I don't think are as represented or as recognizable in the NES version. But here's the bad part is that the NES version has this badass inside the helicopter fight area.
Mm-hmm.
The arcade version doesn't, and I think that's like a really cool set piece for the NES version for sure.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite levels, just because the novelty of knocking somebody out of a door is just terrific.
Yeah, absolutely.
We should also note too that if you play on the practice version of the game, then
You're done here.
the game ends here, and it's like, try a harder difficulty, you guys.
The metal ground is a lovely shade of aqua. The walls and piping are burnt orange and say butt or gut on one side. The cool blue ocean idles in the background with the sun just peeking over the horizon. But wouldn't you know it, 2 ropers show up, man,
Another question, why do the Shadow Warriors have an undersea base?
to do undersea experiments.
But why?
To hide from governments.
Is it to hide from the nuclear fallout?
Yeah, probably. I mean, we eventually make it to parts of the world that are not suffering from nuclear fallout, but this is too close to the razor's edge.
Do these
man.
fucking guys have an ethos? Like
to kill.
Okay. Like, say what you want about the Foot Clan, but at least they believed in ruling through power, fear, and endless cartons of cigarettes. But like,
And free arcade games.
Yeah, true, free arcade games as well. But I still struggle to find out what the Shadow Warriors are actually after, other than to make Billy and Jimmy's lives
Well,
bad.
Robert Patrick wanted both sides of the Double Dragon to, like, assume power.
We did get some flavor in the opening text about destiny in this game, so and we're going to get to the mystical shit later. So maybe they exist in order to execute these like Freemason rituals or whatever.
I kick Roper so hard he smashes into a wall and bounces off of it just like a real body.
Holy shit!
More Ropers come out. One of which has a chain boomerang thing. What the hell is this?
It's the same sprite as the Mace Whip, but it's a boomerang. It's weird. Ropers have boomerangs in a couple of the other games too. I think even in Super Double Dragon, which is a bad game.
2 Lindas show up. I am now so powerful that a single kick is all I need to kill Linda.
Wow.
Eventually, I enter a purple door, later revealed to be an elevator. It makes the most annoying noise in the world as it takes me down 3 or 4 levels.
Yeah. Cool.
Now we're at a purple platform with a spiked purple ceiling. An offset of a mess of orange pipes is in the background.
We only have one axis here.
Careful with the webcam, Chris.
We only have one axis here, so you can't move up and down vertically here to like dodge knives later. It sucks.
2 right arms emerge from each side. If uppercut into the ceiling, I think it does additional like damage here. Did you all do that?
Yeah, I did do that, and I don't think it does enough damage because I later watched the speed run for this game, a 2-player speed run for this game. It's like 11 minutes or something, and they would purposely get hit by the spikes in the ceiling so that they could get up and do the flying knee.
I think I watched
against
that same thing.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
What is clearly a shirtless Colonel John Matrix from Commando comes out of the right side of the screen, but this is a boar.
A boar.
He's a big boy, signaling Double Dragon 2 has more big boys in its pocket than a Bobo. I murder him. He's no match for my ceiling uppercuts.
I remember when I was playing this game in like my grandfather's basement when I was a kid, and a bunch of my cousins were around.
Hell yeah.
And this guy came out, and one of my cousins was trying to say that it looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but she said
Colonel John Matrix, please.
But she said that it looked like General Schwarzkopf.
Oh man. Oh man. Contemporary Desert Storm 1 reference.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You have to be an 80s child to get that.
Yeah. Google it or don't. Who cares?
Yeah.
I go right and have to time my movement to negotiate some rising and falling spiked columns, interrupting the flow of the level. Just as I think I reach safety, 2 Lindas drop out of a massive hole in the ceiling. They come equipped with grenades instead of whips now, and they explode after they drop them, killing the other Lindas. 2 Williams fall out of the sky after them, but both foolishly wielding knives. I take their weapons and kill them with them. A denimed up Abobo rolls out of the right side, but he dies too. The door to the right opens as if by magic, and I walk inside. What I find are a series of platforms and conveyor belts which are among the toughest of NES-era challenges. I surmount these objectives, then brave the dangerous series of belts and enter the exit door.
Yeah, this is where you're getting your first taste of platforming, like the metal spike stuff.
Yeah.
And like the metal spike pillars were what inspired me to look up the speed run because I was curious about how they do that. And if you get to the edge of the screen before the screen starts scrolling and just hold right, you'll get through all of them. That was
wow.
Yeah.
Quick way to beat it. Mission clear.
Oh, yeah, actually, yep. I think I remember that.
Yeah, I love how the boss, too, is like a conveyor belt. That's what it is.
Negotiate this. 8-bit cutscene. There's a picture. It's a tree in the woods. Revival of Trees plays. Text.
Where does this path lead us? We've got no choice but to go on, though this is the way to certain death.
Mission 5, Forest of Death. Music Mission 5 plays.
The PC Engine version flops the Forest of Death and the undersea base level.
Remix.
It makes more sense to land in the forest and then get to the base, actually. Because we just went through a door on the other side of a conveyor belt that was designed to kill us and then wound up in a forest. It was weird.
The Forest of Death has beautiful green grass and normal trees. The sky is blue again, suggesting wherever we are isn't suffering the wrath of nuclear winter. Mountains and a lake are deep in the background. A yellow fence, some of which is broken down, protects us from the tree line. A big sign reads danger, and I wonder what this danger may be. You know
I'm
what
the
it is?
danger.
No, it's the two Lindas. They're here.
Linda's the danger.
Two danger Lindas.
Thank you, sign.
I kill Lindas and move on. Somebody has excavated the shit out of the forest of death because now there are different levels of platforms that we must drop down. I kick a roper off the top one and he plunges to his death. Someone has built a ladder into the side of the earth. I take it down to a perfectly flat dirt floor. A body of water is to my left and two Lindas are to my right. I kill
spoiler
them.
alert.
Yeah.
Okay.
I kill Linda. I take their life from her, even when more keep coming. To my surprise, the magic hand that lights my path asks me to go right into the large body of water. But now I see there are extremely small wooden blocks floating out there. Am I to jump over these? I try it and it works. As I hop across, I'm treated to the spectacle that is a majestic blue waterfall. I stop and admire its simulated 8-bit motion.
Did you notice there's like a log at the top of the thing that you can? It's also used as a platform.
Can you jump on it?
You can jump on it, but I'm not sure if you can actually clear the other jump. I thought it was strange. I always struggled with this part when I was a kid, like the first, when I first got this game, because pressing A and B at the same time is hard. Like when you're a kid,
and
consistently,
like,
especially. Yeah, that's a good point.
And also realizing about like lining up your axes, it was not something that I was like cognizant of at this time. So I would like just bleed.
Can I tell you that I'm pretty sure this isn't in the NES version, but what you do in the arcade version of this stage is fight a bunch of enemies while a tiller tries to kill you.
Nice.
A tiller?
Yeah, like the
farming
utility or farming.
That's
vehicle.
what the fucking thing is we're about to see. I thought it was a train.
Steam tank?
Yeah, okay, we'll see. We'll get there. You actually do. Okay, wow. So you have to run from the tiller?
No, it's not like that. It's you're in front of a tiller, and imagine the part that does the rolling, cutty, bladey part.
Yeah.
Just randomly as you're fighting people, rolls out, tries to kill everybody, and then comes back in.
Oh,
Fuck
okay.
that.
So they tried to do that in the NES version, which we'll get to. I had no idea that's what it was, though, but it makes sense.
Two ropers descend some nearby vines. I kill them, returning their bodies to Gaia in this forest of death. I climb the same vines that their cold, dead hands just touched, and my ascension brings me to the house at the top of the cliff. It even has a nice little tree. More ropers explode out of the front door. This must be where ropers are made, I think to myself.
The idea of like all these ropers just in there just holding the fucking stick of dynamite, just waiting for somebody to walk through.
They run in through the door like really jumping out of a plane.
They were waiting for either somebody to throw the stick of dynamite at or for it to be like July.
As he drops a stick of dynamite, it explodes and sets me ablaze, but I recover. Another roper punches me in the jaw and loosens a tooth. A bubbo protrudes from the front door, signaling that perhaps the true roper factory is somewhere else, and this was a simple room for an orgy. One kick is all it takes to loosen his grip on the earth and send him flying off the edge. But then his clone emerges, and he will meet the same fate. The magic hand guides me to the right. I find the most austere battlefield thus far, just a simple gold dirt floor of pure blue sky behind me. Then two chins, men wearing green fighting suits with two wooden tonfas, emerge for battle.
So I just want to point out that in the arcade version, I feel like in the arcade version, in the arcade version, it's the Jeff, as you call them, what I was calling Jimmy lookalikes, are the ones throwing the dynamite. Also, this song slaps too, and I'm pretty sure they're the same song, even though their own renditions do themselves justice in different ways. The hand that guides you in the NES version, is it a sexy lady's hand?
It is different.
This in the arcade version, for some reason, it is a lady's hand donning jewelry with painted fingernails.
Marion showing you the way, Mark.
I think in Double Dragon 2 NES, it's like a Mickey Mouse glove hand, isn't it?
Yeah,
probably.
It's a similar. I don't think it's the exact same sprite as last time, but it's a white glove hand.
Yeah.
After they die, the world's largest robot bulldozer emerges from the left side. Unique boss music. Steam tank plays.
Yeah. Okay. So this is this is the NES interpretation of what Mark was just talking about. I always thought this thing was a train.
Oh, okay. That's weird.
But I don't know why a train would move forward and backwards. I hate this part. This part
But
sucks.
also think about your little kid logic, and also it's been proven that like how much logic was really behind some of this stuff. Like as you listen to Eric describe the NES platforming, like, and there was a perfectly cut flat hole in the ground.
Yeah.
Like it's not crazy to think it was just a train randomly.
Yeah. It takes up the entire screen and it's marked 12C369, the weed number. It's a mess of tank treads, exhaust ports, gun barrels, and other deeply complex machinery. The tank treads are the platforms. The exhaust ports are the obstacles. This thing beautifully fucks my shit up over and over.
Yeah, this was a big point of contention for me as a kid. Like I learned perseverance through this section of the game.
Yeah, like I keep getting hosed by the exhaust and falling back down to the tank tread, which then carry my lifeless body back to the floor. I hate this shit.
The steam sound effects that it makes, those are burned into my psyche. Like those were giving me some serious.
In fact, now play those 7 times in a row for Chris.
Thanks.
Initializing fake net.
With pleasure.
I'm never going to listen to this podcast.
I tell myself this is the run, but it never is. Maybe it never will be. But eventually I make it to the top. 2 ropers emerge, suggesting this mechanical monstrosity requires twin drivers like a Jaeger from Pacific Rim. They start throwing dynamite right on top of their own military equipment. They perish, then 2 right arms come out ready to die. Ah, shit. Abore is up here too. I throw him off the top, but he calmly jumps back up the tank tread, thirsty for more.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. This is the first time I saw him do he does like a Ric Flair chop kind of move there that will kind of, it's got an unfair amount of range. I did find if I were to stand on the tank treads and General Schwarzkopf was on the bottom layer, then I could do a jump kick and release the kick right before I hit the ground, and it would kick him right in the head, and he would just stand there and take it over and over again. So that was my new hack I found. Yeah,
he dies. Mission clear plays.
Yeah,
8-bit cutscene theme plays. Picture: Jimmy staring at a bronze girder, also a traditional Japanese pagoda house. Text:
Where in the world are we? There is evil in the air.
Mission 6, Mansion of Terror. Music. Mission 6 plays. Where are we now?
We're in the Mansion of Terror.
Castlevania.
Castlevania. Evil castle filled with disappearing spikes and platforms solely designed to prevent entry of the unworthy.
Golden columns of pseudo-stairs are our pathways. My trypophobia is triggered by the flower petal patterns in the purple background. There's an embossed golden alien engraving carved into the wall.
It sounds like this gang is doing better this time around. Much better than they were the first. Why are they still so mad at Jimmy and Jimmy?
They hired a gang style guide coordinator to better cohese
a brand
their
ambassador.
Yeah, a brand ambassador. Perfect.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there's not only are those torches are on the wall, but they're also dripping fire that will hurt you. Mm-hmm. It's annoying. There's also an engraving of this like a gold engraving of this Buddha-like figure. Yeah, but he's also there's symbols like he's trying to ascend the path of the Sephiroth or something. There's a lot of imagery in the background, and it feels like it's drawing from multiple sources, and I'm all about it. It's dipping into the occult stuff in the way that you like to see in these kind of games.
Yeah.
I leap over pits of white spikes, carefully navigating the obviously haunted disappearing and reappearing platforms.
Yeah, these things. It's where my dad taught me how to beat these things.
Really, your father helped you with the game.
My dad's was never good at games, but he
saw logic.
But he taught me that I should count the timing of the platform.
Timing, yeah.
Yeah, this is the Iceman shit, right? Where you've got to time the block jumps perfectly, and we're doing it again here, and it's rough because your margin for error is very low.
I move past a doorway and notice another engraving, another station of the cross, but with a man standing shirtless amid a tower of flames. This is badass. I want this in my real-life house. The engravings continue, and before I know it, the level is perfectly mirrored on each side, each with 2 doors. Oh shit, I say out loud to myself in my own home. 2 right arms emerge from each door. As I'm wailing on these fuckos, a set of eyes opens inside the purple background and starts blinking.
Yeah, it looks like a Secret of Mana boss.
Yeah. They die. 2 chins come out and meet the same fate. Mysterious eyes disappear until 2 watch me slaughter their progeny. More golden disappearing platforms appear. I force myself to deal with their trickery.
Iceman bullshit.
This shit is worse than Mega Man. You have to launch for the next one before it even appears. These things essentially function as the boss, because when I make it to the elevated platform, the level just ends. Music, mission complete.
Victory music.
8-bit cutscene theme plays. Text:
Billy, from here on, it's too dangerous. I think I heard Marion's voice.
The picture, I said
that's
it wrong.
Impossible, or is it? Sorry.
I said it all in the wrong order. Billy, there's a picture of Billy's face on top of a wide shot of Marion's face.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Mission 7.
Trap womb.
Trap womb?
I wrote womb. Is it not womb?
Trap room.
Fuck. Music.
Yeah.
Mission 7 plays. We're in Metal Man's level?
Yeah, sort of.
It's a mess of blue and silver pipes, orange conveyor belts, and dangerous golden spikes.
This level sucks. I hate this level.
I make it across and reach a calming blue hallway, one of which with a complete floor that provides safe passage over the spikes, but right arm is here, but so is my right fist. As I'm beating the life out of this fucker, I notice the floor of the left side has started to evaporate. Yeah. One by one, the columns that compose the floor are wasting away. Who comes out after right arm? It's my old nemesis.
Burn off?
Yes.
Yeah.
He knocks me back, but the floor is evaporating. God, he takes so long to die. My anxiety is off the charts. At long last, the door to my right opens, and I enter.
Yeah. Can we discuss the structure of the
burn off
of the trap? No, well, the burn off. No, the trap room. Like, is this another test that was built for Bimmy and Jimmy to complete the prophecy?
I think it's a test built to make you restart the whole game over again and get your money's worth.
Well, that too, because it kind of reminds me of like a X-Men Danger Room kind of place, where
definitely.
it's like go here to train because none of these machines make any.
It's like in
sense.
Speed when he stabs the gas tank.
Yeah, it's great.
We're now presented with a bunch of golden columns, some orange rotating gears, a pit of spikes, and what I assume to be a total pain in the ass.
Castlevania clock tower looking ass level.
Yes. Oh, cool. Blue spikes fly up from the floor and fall back down randomly. Sometimes those orange gears rotate, and sometimes they don't. Fuck this shit.
they come up like fish. Fish from fucking... like
Sonic.
the magma balls from Mario.
Yeah.
You don't always die here when you get knocked down, though. You can.
Fucking I do.
Yeah. Well.
I make it across and reach what will clearly be another evaporating floor room. 2 ropers come out. I return the greeting with death and chaos. They keep throwing dynamite, which makes all this very difficult. Finally, after 3 die, the door opens. Now I'm in a single room with an orange floor. The background is a metal mess of machinery outfitted with 2 ladders and 2 doors. Williams is here with his friend Williams, and I'm in no mood for their shit. Williams keep pouring out of the door and doing backflips and dropping their knives and shit. I can't stand these dickheads.
I could hear it. That's like genuine. Yeah, you played that part.
You get frustrated. Ropers come out after I finish killing all of their kind, and they keep coming. I cannot jam the tide of ropers. Christ. Then 2 chins come out. Then 2 right arms. Then a boar. Soon he falls. In music, mission complete, plays.
Shit.
Did y'all play this straight up or did y'all cheat? Because I cheated.
I was watching a playthrough of the NES version.
Well, no, I played save states, so yeah.
Okay, we all cheated.
Yeah. I did do 2 or 3 playthroughs straight up, and I never got past the steam tank.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I just remembered. I did play through the first game on NES, and I cheated on that, and I cheated in a way where like every punch killed in 1 hit, and somehow at the end boss, the cheats stopped working, and I died.
Great.
So that's why I think I didn't want to admit to myself that I played through it.
8-bit cutscene music, cutscene theme plays. There are 2 pictures. One's of Jimmy screaming and one's of a Boris smiling.
Okay, goons, where's your slime ball boss hiding? Ha ha ha. You'll never defeat our boss. You'll only destroy yourselves.
Mission 8, the Double Illusion. Great
Double
title.
Illusion. We have arrived at a crystal palace fully loaded with spike pits and idolatry and whatnot.
Music Mission 8 plays, but like Chris said, there is a translucent light blue glass floor.
This place looks awesome.
The background has white walls, purple columns, black alcoves in the walls showcase gold armor pieces. The glass reflects walls, but not me, because this is a Nintendo game and games still don't do that shit. 2 chins walk out and crave punishment. My flying knee is now one-shotting these guys. Soon the path progresses. The walking plane moves to the bottom of the screen and eliminates the spike trap. A monstrous set of blue double doors settle into the middle of the screen, but then 2 right arms are up first. I flying knee their dicks off and they die. The hand points down. I jump down a level, ignoring the ladder. I land on a plane of glass, but it doesn't break. The background is now an elaborate pattern of purple with pinwheel designs that match the expressive purses I used to see at the mall. Gold copies of this will surround the purple one, creating another delightful place to perform justifiable homicide. We move on to what is clearly a combat-ready battle zone.
Another showdown room.
The Double Dragon logo is directly in the center of a blue fighting mat.
This is where the cogs of fate began to turn, I think.
Always. Purple columns support the back wall, and gold columns produce a parallax effect on both sides. Some shit is definitely about to go down. Who's first up?
Ninjas.
2 of them. They love to jump.
They love to get killed by my hyper knees.
But after...
I hate those guys.
Yeah, they're a little...
Did you ever land a hyper knee on 2 at a time? Because it feels great when that happens.
No, I only got one time. I got that uppercut earlier, and that was it. But yeah, they were like, these things feel designed to be anti-cheesed, almost.
Yeah.
Like they knew what your game was going to be at this point, and they purposely work against it.
Yep.
Then when you kill them, you get new music. Shadow Battle plays.
Ooh, is it time for a shadow battle?
It is time for a shadow battle.
Love battles.
The entire screen darkens a bit, and then me, but in pink, comes out. Double Illusion comes out for a battle.
Now, Mark, does the arcade version does have this, like, I don't know if it's like a crystal palace, but it does have like the final shadow boss layer.
It has the final shadow boss, yes.
Yes, and so it does have this like Double Dragon Illusion Man that comes out, right?
So yeah, question: is this the final boss right now?
It's the final boss of the arcade version, but not the final boss of the NES version.
Well, when you're done, I'm going to tell you all about the ending. That's all I have left to talk about with the arcade version. But I'm very interested to see what you have to say about the shadow boss character or the shadow character here.
So the Shadow Dragon, whatever.
Just like Machine Gun Willie shot his machine gun, the double illusion has fireballs.
Yes, he's got Hadokens.
Yes.
He also has this weird move where he will like transmigrate into your body and fuck you.
Okay, so that's the exact same thing that happens. And it's funny because this was the last fight, and he has the fireballs, and he throws them, and they do big damage. And then he also does a thing where he fades out, shadow style, and he's gone. And I finally found out that if you quit moving on the y-axis, he won't get you. But if you move at all on the y-axis, he'll reappear and stop you. And then he morphs into your body and then like fucking 3-in-1s your soul and then usually kills you and then jumps out.
Damn it. When he does this in the NES version, he makes a sound like Don Flamenco trying to talk.
This is the final boss if you're playing on Warrior difficulty on NES. This is the prophecy, right? This is the prophet. We've killed enough Lindas and Ropers and Williams and done enough platforms in order to
not the double dragon, the double illusion.
The double illusion of the double dragons.
The double illusion, by definition, can't be real. This can't be the real last boss.
Do two of them come if there's two players?
I don't know.
I only
played one player.
Fake net.
Initializing fake net.
Yes, you battle 2 double illusions. Perhaps that makes it a quad illusion.
Finally, he dies and evaporates into the floor. Music, mission complete, plays. 8-bit cutscene, picture. Jimmy's face with closed eyes, presented in black and white. There's text for this one.
It's impossible. It can't be her.
New picture, it's divided into 3. Marion's eyes up top, Jimmy's eyes at the bottom, and in the center is silhouette of Jimmy picking up a corded phone.
Marion.
Thank you, Mr. Hater.
Come on,
Meryl.
Yeah, Marion, let me see you, Marion.
come on over here, Marion.
You get a little, 10-beer uncle on that one, too.
Yeah. Mission 9, final confrontation question mark.
Yeah. It opens with pure silence. There's a pink background. It's one Linda. I approach her and a crazy sound effect.
It's not Linda.
Disappointed.
It's not Linda.
It's not.
Okay.
What is it?
It's a Marion. It's Marion.
It's Marion.
It's a Marion sprite.
I'm just using that. Okay.
Oh, it's like bait.
Yeah.
A crazy sound effect accompanies her morph into a guy with a cape. Mysterious warrior.
You can try to approach her, but the only way that you can interact with her is to
fight her.
Is try to punch her, which is the only way the Double Dragon knows how to interact with women. That's just what
try to punch them
does.
and go from there.
Fucking gross game. Yeah, a guy in a cape comes out. He's got green hair?
Yeah.
A really majestic looking motherfucker. Not the type of dude that you would expect to be the architect of this criminal overlord
He's a
organization.
mysterious warrior, Chris.
But you're right. He is a mysterious.
8-bit cutscene. 8-bit. I wrote 8-bit cute scene.
It is cute.
It's a picture of a warrior's face over a sprite of a warrior's body. Text.
This is the end of the line, Double Dragons. You are no match for me or my illusions. Let's go.
That's like some Nolte with Solid
Yeah,
Snake.
definitely some Nolte.
Yeah.
There's a new picture of Jimmy looking over his own back.
Or Billy.
I can't be beaten in my revenge for Marion. Get ready, Shadow Warrior.
Go Billy Lee.
Music, Final Battle 1 plays.
This bad guy has told us we are no match for this mess of a guy. He's got illusions. He's a mysterious warrior. Got some facts about the mysterious warrior. He wants to hear some mysterious facts.
I don't. I'm gonna leave.
Yeah, Mark's
Okay,
out.
see ya. Phantom Wiki says the mysterious warrior's true name and origin are unknown. Thanks, Phantom Wiki. All that is known about him is he's a master of a deadly martial art known as Gensatsu Ken, literally translated as Phantom Murder Fist, whose school has been in conflict with the Lee brothers' own style of Sosetsu Ken for generations due to their opposing ideals. Mark, what are the opposing ideals of these two factions?
Okay, well, one is really into, 70s Michael Jackson. The other is more of like an 80s, early 90s.
Makes sense.
That makes sense. That seems like something that people would beef about in 1989 or whatever this was. Now we got to go fight on the astral plane against the fucking wild hair green guy.
Like we're on the moon, the cratered ground is ecto-cooler green. It's night and the stars are out. The evil eyes from the haunted house have returned and they're orange.
Satan's here in the background.
Actual fucking Satan has spread his double wings between them and the night sky. The edge of the walking plane is engulfed in pink fire.
Where are we?
Mysterious / Shadow Warrior has Williams' backflips, but he can stop midway through and kick me. Holy shit.
He's got Eddie's moves.
Yeah.
He's got like handstand
Eddie
kicks
Gordo
and shit.
shit.
Yeah.
Capoeira.
Eddie Gordo.
He's got the darkest lariat and the malicious moonsault. It's all fucked up, man.
He tries to backflip away whenever I try my like lethal jump kick.
Yeah.
Which is very annoying.
Yeah. Then after you do X amount of damage to him, something happens.
Music changes to Final Battle 2.
The illusion, I guess, is broken, and now we're actually fighting in the actual temple.
Yeah,
where
the
this
neon
illusion-
moon was an illusion.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. I was looking for that. Isn't there a Double Dragon Neon? Is that where the alternate reality where...
Possibility. I have beaten that game, but it's
Neon's... Isn't Neon supposed to be like a
reboot?
Not a reboot, but isn't it supposed to be like kind of a making fun of itself? Would you call that?
Yeah, you fight like a mutated Bimmy and Jimmy.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
but,
nice.
But it does operate under the same parameters that Double Dragon. Like it actually opens up with Marion getting punched in the stomach, and it's kind of gross. But like the rest of the game seems kind of like self-aware and weird.
Right.
I thought about buying it and playing it because it is on Switch, but it was originally released on the
PS3
and Xbox 360. Yeah.
This place has golden columns, green shrines, and pink and white stained glass, and a Station of the Cross in the center with a guy's face. But the Shadow Warrior does the exact same moves. I also continue to do the exact same moves because it keeps working out pretty great.
He can't turn invisible this time, though.
Okay.
Like, now
so
that the illusion
that's
is
the difference.
broken, then you can't do it. But like as you mentioned, the music changed and it's getting real beat. This is like turning into that real Double Dragon shit where like you're really generating a really great showdown moment.
So when you execute the final blow, the screen turns black and white and produces a unique sound effect.
It's amazing. I love this. As a kid, I would always try to seek the perfect moment. Like I would try to land the final blow. I was probably using Game Genie for Infinite Lives or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'd always want to get like the most cinematic final hit. This time I actually landed a jump kick in the middle of the screen. I wish I had it captured because it was nice.
The cinematic 8-bit beat 'em up.
Yes, of course.
8-bit cut scenes.
Yes, he's burning.
Music ending theme plays. The first picture is a column of light coming out of the fucking sky and either annihilates or powers up the Shadow Warrior.
Yeah, he kind of looks like Blanca in the face a little bit here.
Yeah, when he's getting annihilated. 8-bit cutscene picture. Andre the Giant's defeated face. Text.
It appears our battle is finally over, but I will leave you with the legend of the shadow. If the illusion spreads, the evil will live again. But if two dragons soar through the sky, an angel will fall to the earth. Soon I will die, and you will join me. Farewell, double dragons. Ha ha ha.
So, let's unpack that a bit.
Yeah.
If the illusion spreads, the evil will live again. But if two dragons soar through the sky, which has happened, an angel will fall to earth. Is this speaking of a revival?
Yes, the revival of girlfriends.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, but also they die. He's like, oh, I'm dead, and soon you're going to be dead too. Why is that?
I think he's probably trying to hearken towards like some sort of prophecy of somebody coming to kill them, but I don't think they ever make good on that in Double Dragon 3 because I think Double Dragon 3 gets weird.
New picture, Billy's grinning face. Text.
The mysterious warrior died, leaving no clue what his last words meant. But Billy and Jimmy felt their revenge was complete, at least for now.
Picture, Billy standing over the lying body of Marion with her hands folded on her chest. Another picture of Billy's face looking down.
This is in quotes, so I'm assuming that they're thinking about what this guy just told him 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, text.
When two dragons soar through the sky, an angel will fall to the earth. That night, an angel descended from the heavens and returned Marion to the double dragons, alive and well.
Picture, black screen with Marion sleeping / dead ? Face. No text. Music, staff role plays as credits appear between static pictures of Billy's face and Marion's living face with open eyes.
Double Dragon 3, God bless the ring.
God bless the ring.
Let me tell you, in the arcade version, what happens is that you get to the boss and it's just the machine gun guy again.
Oh, is it?
Except he's way more of a pain in the ass because he just shoots you, you fall down, and he just keeps shooting, and you wake up into his bullets, and then you're dead. So you get knocked down once, you're dead. So then once you finally do beat him, yeah, you fight that shadow thing shit that I think is had common strats in both versions. And then the game ends, and it's literally just a picture of the three of them, Marion in the middle and Billy and Jimmy, like both of them looking at her. And then it Harry Potter pictures, and she cries a tear, and the tear falls, and it just says the end.
Yeah, the tear like literally forms into the end.
Yes.
So she doesn't get revived. It's just like the revenge is complete, and we're sad.
And here's a picture. So the NES version has a more interesting ending for sure.
Yeah, but I like the continuity of the of the arcade version where like Machine Gun Willie is still out here trying to fucking do his thing.
Yeah.
And like,
funny.
who cares about this fucking weird superhero that came out of nowhere? Although it was a pretty cool boss battle.
Yeah, you're right. And I also think that might be the reason why the third game got weird and it's about Rosetta Stones or some shit, because they both are. Or no, wait, no, there's no arcade version of the third game. Never mind.
Yeah, there is an arcade version of the third game.
Oh, there is? Oh, wait, yeah, you're right.
The arcade version, which I don't think was very well received, it actually had, it birthed microtransactions because you could put quarters in and get items to power your guy up.
You're
like
right. And also the frame rate, I remember now because I didn't think it was there and then I saw it and the frame rate was really, really, really fucking bad.
Yeah, it's rough.
And, but they released a game on Steam called Double Dragon Trilogy, and it's kind of like this beefed up, like not remake, but remaster of all three of them.
Yeah, .emu did that.
Yeah, it's really cool. I had no idea it existed till yesterday.
There's that version of the arcade version. There's also the hamster versions of the...
A lot of Hamster did straight up ports.
Ports, that's what I meant to say. I'm sorry. Yeah, the hamster ports as well. John Doe says in the real net, Double Dragon 3 gets weird is a hell of a fucking statement given how fucking wild this game was. Let's just put it this way. In Double Dragon 3, you fly all over the world to try to find these sacred stones and then fight Cleopatra and a mummy at the end of the game.
That sounds right.
Yeah, it's weird.
Which, who doesn't?
Yeah, of course. So, God bless. God bless the ring.
God bless the ring.
God bless this ring.
Let's consult the real net.
Initializing real net.
See what we got for Double Dragon 2. John Doe says, which ad copy is more hyperbolic? Calling Double Dragon 2 on the NES the greatest action game of all time, or calling Final Fantasy VIII the greatest love story of all time?
Oh, man.
I'm going to have to say Final Fantasy VIII is more hyperbolic. I'm going with that one.
I agree.
Shy Guy 32 says, calling Bubsy 3D an experience that no action platformer gamer should miss.
That was that on the cover of Bubsy 3? Or was that just like a Dave Halverson fucking...
I'm not sure.
Because I can see that quote in my head somewhere. It was in an ad.
Yeah.
I think it's because I just used to say it to you every day when you'd wake up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I didn't even, never even played it. I just like to let you know.
John Doe says the helmet is Bernov's phylactery. He's a lich.
It is a cool design. And also when he disintegrates, like the center has like this red eye in it. And I don't know. It's cool.
I feel like you could, if you leaned really hard into the Double Dragon lore and got like a competent game at the exact same time, like you could do a lot with this particular brand, but they just haven't been able to get it
right.
Shy Guy 32 says, I think one of the villains being gay is similar to the whole Poison is trans because we can't justify punching a girl thing, which they're both like equally gross.
Yeah, it was problematic, although I think Poison's in a good spot now, right?
I could be wrong. I think Poison is just like a cisgender woman now, but I could be wrong. In America, it's always been that way apparently in Japan.
Fake net, what's the current state of Poison?
Initializing fake net.
Capcom's Yoshinori Ono, when asked in an interview about Poison's gender, stated, "Let's set the record straight. In North America, Poison is officially a post-op transsexual woman."
John Doe wants to know if these wants to know who's narrating the cutscenes. Are these Bimmy's Punisher style internal monologue? I think so. Like most of the time, it was Jimmy or Billy trying to figure out trying to express some sort of interiority.
Basic logic problems.
Yeah, which is rough. Let's see.
Fake net, who do you prefer, Bimmy or Jimmy?
Initializing fake net.
I love Jimmy's.
John Doe says that girlfriend's hand pointing in the way to vengeance in the arcade version kind of makes me think Jimmy and or Bimmy are having a grief-inspired mental episode, and this whole rampage is taking place in some kind of rage-fueled fugue state, which would actually line up with the Kunio-kun origin story.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you have to kill 1 million people, you can't be a conscious human with operating morals.
Shy Guy 32 says Castlevania except a pagoda, Dracula's weeb phase. Let's see here.
What's the weed number again?
69. Not 420.
Okay, thank you, RealNet, for joining us tonight for our first installment of God Bless the Ring. Thank you, Mark Shepard, for joining us tonight. Thank you, Eric, for joining us tonight.
What the fuck? You gotta let Mark say
you're welcome, Chris. And thanks, Fake Net.
Initializing fake net.
The nasty British woman won't love you like I love you.
I don't care.
I wanted to tell you guys, I forgot to mention it earlier. It's really important to know that Double Dragon 1 on Game Gear, the first weapon's a gun. You just pick it up and start shooting people.
It violates the spirit of Double Dragon.
It's the worst.
It's supposed to be hand-to-hand combat, you guys.
I fucking hate the Game Gear.
I looked at like every port of Double Dragon 1 and all the computers were such garbage back then in the 80s.
There's
for
an
video
Atari.
games.
There's an Atari version of it.
Oh yeah, and
it's fucking weird.
Was it in like 2P?
There's 2600 version. There's what's the rival to the NES, the 5200
70s
or 7800? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that one's like not as bad, but it's still pretty bad. And then the Atari ST version, it's like and those poor sons of guns in Europe with their
rest their
ZX
souls.
Spectrum. Yeah. Anyways, just wanted to mention those. That's all.
This episode has been a production of Retrograde Amnesia, God Bless the Ring, recorded on July 9th, 2021. Thanks, Mark, for the music.
You're welcome, Chris.
Different music this time, I guess, right? Find us on Twitter at Retro Amnesia Pod, at God Bless the Ring. Can we get at God Bless the Ring? Does anybody own that? We need to get that. If you like us, if you like this, listen to our other podcasts. We got a lot of other podcasts. Go to patreon.com/retroam. Get early access, bonus episodes, miniseries, voting rights, stereo mix, and access to the Real Net on Discord. Email us at podcast@retrogradeamnesia.com. Until next time.
Yes, we will God bless the ring.
Until next time, Mark.
Yes, the ring will bless the gods.
And now you may...
Wake up.
Now your sprite may blink until you fucking die.
God Bless the Ring was joined in May 2015. They've tweeted one time, capital letters, God Bless the Ring.
Well, you can't get mad at
We
that.
can just say that is the account that we registered.
Will,
That's
will,
fine.
you, will you please retweet that?
Right now, or when we debut this episode?
No, right now. Well, you can undo it and do it again later. Okay, get ready for the next battle. Oh, and now you may get ready for the next battle. That was a good one. Thanks.
Yeah,
John
that
Bell.
is really good.
Yeah. Someone already has GodBlessTheRing.com according to Shy Guy 32. All that is known about him is he's
in the MAC conference.
all that we know.
8-bit cutscene.
The chopper. Sorry.
Hold on, let me describe the picture.
Yeah, we've
picture-
never done a fighting game before, folks. Soon I will die. No.
Just Mark to say thank you 6 different ways so I can cut them in
go
future
ahead.
episodes.
Oh, well, yes. Thank you. Wait, you say Mark says thank you?
Express, imagine Chris has just said thank you, Mark, for the intro music.
You're welcome, Chris. 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 Chris. You're welcome. Okay, I got another one. Chris, yeah, you're welcome.
Any more?
I think that's it. I think you got to end on top.
Okay.